grill. Hot dogs and a cold chill. We go wild just for the thrill. Cheerleaders doing their dance. Crowd in a football trance. Friends and beers in every hand. Living life like we planned. Let's up and go. We won't slow down in this wild football show. Let's up and go. We'll make some noise in this big crowd we know.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing tonight? Well, welcome back for those of you who were here during the first live stream for the Dallas Cowboys game. For those of you who were not, that's totally fine. Welcome, welcome one and all. Whether you were here for the first game today or not, I am glad that you are here tonight for this one, the final game of the 2024 NFL regular season. Oh my gosh, what a way to conclude the regular season. What a way to conclude the year. We've got a showdown, a divisional matchup between not just two divisional rivals, but two teams here that are both 14-win teams, guys. 14-win teams. The first time in NFL history that we have two 14-win teams going up against each other in a regular season game. Not only is it any regular season game, it is the one game that will determine who gets the bye week in the wild card round of the playoffs and who ends up going up against number 4. Shout out to you guys who are here early. What's up, Kaiser? What is up, Robert Samora, Julian Duff, Steve, Brandy, Zoom? What's cracking, guys? We got Blue Goat in the house, German Ricky in the house, Up in Classes in the house, Christina, of course, the beautiful and lovely Christina. Aura, the Oracle, by the way, guys, that reminds me, guys, we did not have any winners again. This week we had over 200 people play in Week 18, but so many teams just kind of letting it go. How am I feeling, Matthew? I'm feeling very excited right now. I'm very excited to cover this game. We've got the Lions and the Vikings. And no matter what happens today, guys, whether my voice goes out or not, it doesn't matter because this is the final game of the regular season. We are going to have two games during the week. They will both be college playoff games, and then we go into our playoffs, and we're going to start dwindling down less games and less games. That should help my voice recover anyways. But you know what? Go big or go home. This is the final game of the season. No way. Ain't no way I'm going to miss out on this one, bro. Ain't no way. I don't care if I will sign language if I have to. That being said, here we are, guys. Here we are. Why don't we start by taking a look at the away team. Now, the Minnesota Vikings, guys. When I show you these comparisons, y'all are going to immediately think, oh, the Detroit Lions are going to get this win. It's going to be hands down. It's going to be so easy for the Detroit Lions based off of these numbers. Let me tell you something, sir or ma'am, whoever's on the other side of this camera watching right now. It is the first time we've ever seen a game of this caliber in the regular season, and anything could happen. Now, all season long, I did have my reservations about Sam Darnold. I believe that he was a little bit volatile, that he's got a lot of inconsistencies here, but the explosiveness is there out of this offense. And it is not just Justin Jefferson down here. Jordan Addison is an amazing second piece there as well. TJ Hawkinson coming back into the fold has helped increase these numbers further. All of these are inside the top 12. This team comes in ranked 4th best team in the NFL. Interesting. Points per game, guys. This offense for the Minnesota Vikings, 26.4 points per game is what they put up offensively. Yards per game, they rank 12th in the league, 352 yards per game. Yards per play, they are 11th in the league. Third down efficiency is 11th, and then, of course, 10th inside of the red zone. 59.7% success rate inside the red zone. That's a pretty solid success rate there. Now, all of these numbers, guys, it's just to say that they're going to be hard to deal with on the defensive side of the football for the Detroit Lions, especially considering the fact that the Detroit Lions have been decimated defensively, and we saw that the Detroit Lions to big teams like the Buffalo Bills are known to give up points. They will give up points today, but They do have a high-octane offense. I do still think this will be – I think this is going to be a shootout. I think the final score of this game is going to be 42-35 Minnesota. Something along those lines. Something along those lines. It should be a really high-scoring game. At least that's what I'm hoping for. How about over here? Points per game. 42 is a really ridiculous number considering that they only scored 26. But the fact that the other side of the football for the Detroit Lions is beat up, guys, we'll talk about that in a second. I got to say, I don't know what to expect. I'm fired up, man. I'm ready for this one. I am ready for this one. Now, this defense here for the Minnesota Vikings, they are the third best defense in the NFL when it comes to stopping opponents from scoring against them. They've only allowed less than 19 points per game defensively. Yards per game, they're 16th in the league. Yards per play, they're 11th in the league at 5.2. Third down efficiency, this is yards allowed per game, yards per play allowed as well. Third down efficiency, they are one of the best teams, one of the top 2 teams in the NFL when it comes to stopping opposing offenses on third down. They give up a success rate at just 35% to opposing offenses. How about over here at the red zone efficiency? Defensively, just one spot outside of the top 13. Now, while this is fresh and this is up right now, it's going to be a shootout, says Noah. I'm with you, Noah. John, what's going on? Robert, hello. Crystal, welcome back. The Dusty Attic is in the house. Prepper checking in. What is going on? Corey says skull, says Crystal. Okay, Juck Diesel saying howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Hail to the Commanders. Yeah, well, you guys got the win over my Dallas Cowboys today. That's okay. We've always got next season. Keep an eye on these numbers, guys. I'm about to change this right now to the other team. Normally, we go through the whole breakdown on one side, but while it's fresh on your minds, I want to do the head-to-head comparison between these two sides. So, offense and defense for the Minnesota Vikings. Right here, offense and defense for the Detroit Lions. Defense not so great, right? And it's only getting worse with the injuries, but offense, no comparison here. They're top 4 team in every single category here, Detroit Lions. First in the NFL when it comes to points per game. They put up 33 points per game on average, right? It could be more, could be less, but on average, they're averaging about 33 points per game. How about yards per game? This offense puts up over 400 yards of offense. I can see this being a problem for the Minnesota Vikings. Yards per play, they're third in the NFL in yards per play. They put up 6.2 yards per play. Third down efficiency here. This team on third downs, they pick up that first down on that third down situation almost 48% of the time. And inside of the red zone, they're a top 3 team at converting red zone opportunities into touchdowns. That's all good and dandy, right? But there are issues. They've got some things that they can be proud of over here on the defensive side, like on third down efficiency, right? Third down efficiency, pretty solid to have that number, although teams don't face a lot of third downs against them when they're averaging 5.8 yards per game. So this is a small sample size for third down here for the Detroit Lions. Keep that in mind. That is all baked into these statistics. I am back, Mad Steve. I'm feeling okay. I think we're good. Let's see if we can make it at least until halftime before we start feeling some cracks and falters in the pipes. But for now, we're rocking, man. We are rocking. Okay, guys. Yards per game. 22nd in the NFL on yards per game allowed. Not good numbers. They give up almost 350 yards per game on average. And as I was saying before, yards per play allowed, almost 6 yards per play allowed. You know what that means. First down, second down, first down, second down. Not a lot of third downs, which is why this number is so good. Right there on that third down efficiency. Now, when teams do get inside the red zone, the Detroit Lions have been pretty good at stopping them there as well. Top 12 team in that category. Once again, guys, just for comparison here, you've got a very solid offense and a couple of issues here on defense that need to be addressed. When we look at the other side, it's balanced all the way around. So we've got a balance over here on this side. No red blemishes, a couple yellows, a couple light greens. So what would you prefer, guys? Which would you prefer? Would you rather have Justin Jefferson alongside Jordan Addison, Or would you rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown alongside Jameis Will? What am I thinking right here? Jameson Williams. I don't know what I was thinking right there. Okay. Hold on. I have to pull up some additional numbers here because we're about to talk about these two teams right now. And let's go ahead and break this down, guys. Okay. Who would you rather have? Sorry about the Cowboys. I would rather have Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison myself as well. That's me personally. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at. Let's start. Thank you for getting me back on track. Why don't we take a look at this Minnesota Vikings offense here? Okay, guys. Top players today. We've got Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold has been a beast, guys. Now, is he as good as Jared Goff? Well, we'll do that comparison here as well. Don't you worry. We got plenty of time before kickoff. Sam Darnold coming into this one, guys, 4,153 passing yards. He is 5th in the NFL when it comes to passing yards and 5th in the NFL when it comes to passing touchdowns. Just 12 interceptions this season over the course of 16 games. This is game number 17, week 18. Of course, every team gets the bye week. 5-game win streak, of course, for the Minnesota Vikings. They've beat the likes of the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Bears, the Seahawks, the Packers, most recently. Packers lost today to Chicago. Don't know what that means for Green Bay going into the playoffs, but they will end up having to face the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round. Let's take a look at the running back situation here for the Minnesota Vikings as well. So, I just said Sam Darnold, top 5, 5th in both passing touchdowns and passing yards. Aaron Jones over here, top 10 in carries, 10th in the NFL when it comes to rushing yards, 1,093 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns on the season, and he's got a couple receiving ones as well. Pass catchers here for the Minnesota Vikings offense, guys. We've got Justin Jefferson as your main pass catcher, Jordan Addison as wide receiver number 2, Jalen Naylor as wide receiver number 3, and TJ Hawkinson as your main tight end. Guys, he missed 11 weeks of the season. He is back now. He's been back for the second or third leg of the season. That being said, he has made a pretty good impact just since coming back. TJ Hawkinson, y'all, already 446 yards. He bails them out big time whenever they need it. A lot of first downs already picked up. He is targeted frequently on those third down situations. Has yet to score a touchdown this season, but that could change today with that Detroit Lions defense being as broken up as it is. Offensive line here for the Minnesota Vikings. Starting at left offensive tackle, Cam Robinson. Left guard, Blake Brandel. At center, Garrett Bradbury. Right guard today will be Dalton Risner, and right tackle is Brian O'Neill. My guess is that he's probably Irish. Okay, guys, let's take a look at the defense. Let's take a quick look here at the Minnesota Vikings defense, guys. Jerry Tillery going to be the left defensive end. Nose tackle is Harrison Phillips. Right defensive end is Jonathan Bullard. This is your 3 in this 3-4 defense. Your 4 linebackers in this 3-4 defense. Starting on the weak side, guys, we'll have Jonathan Greenard. Over here at the left inside linebacker, Ivan Pace Jr., who is healthy. Of course, Blake Cashman at right inside linebacker. And if you don't know him, you better recognize, I know I say that from time to time, but hey, Andrew Van Ginkel is the man, guys. Do not sleep on Andrew Van Ginkel. He is tied for 5th in the NFL when it comes to sacks. He has 11.5 coming into this game. I wonder if he'll get one here today. Minnesota Vikings defense, we'll talk about them as well with a bird's eye view when we do the head-to-head comparison there. Okay, guys. Corners for today for the Minnesota Vikings, Stephon Gilmore, ex-Dallas Cowboy. He only played with Dallas Cowboys for 2 seasons, so not really an ex-Dallas Cowboy. But the most recent team was the Dallas Cowboys for Stephon Gilmore. And then, of course, right cornerback is going to be Shaquille Griffin. 2 safeties for today, Cameron Bynum on one side and then Harrison Smith on the other. Who do I think is going to win this game? Alexander asks. Well, I made my official picks for the Minnesota Vikings. I decided that I would wear the purple tie today to stand by my final pick. But I'll be honest, everyone's picks today were wrong. Literally everybody's picks. Not one person out of the hundreds of people who tried to get them all right got them all right. I got my fingers crossed, and I hope that I have some better luck. Maybe I will get them all right. But chances are, well, I can tell you right now that I didn't. Maybe I'll just get this one right, and I'll be happy with that. Okay, guys, let's look at this Lions offense. Detroit Lions, #1 quarterback here in Jared Goff. There's an argument there for MVP race for Jared Goff as well. 4,398 passing yards. That is the second most in the league. Again, for reference, Jared Goff is the second most at 4,398. Just over 4,000 is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold ranks 5th. Jared Goff ranks 2nd. Okay, 36 passing touchdowns. That's good for 5th. And again, for reference, this is just one more than Sam Darnold. We'll do that one. We'll break that down here in just a second. And just 10 interceptions for Jared Goff. The point being here, Jared Goff has a couple of legs up over Sam Darnold, but the argument can be made that Sam Darnold has the same situation going on with him. By the way, Minnesota Vikings on a 5-game win streak. The Buffalo Bills beat the Lions 3 weeks ago, so the Lions have won 4 out of the last 5. In that game, even though the Lions lost, Jared Goff still threw for almost 500 yards, 494, and 5 passing touchdowns in that game. That being said, the Detroit Lions are not going to have an easy one here today with this playoff caliber team that we've got. This is 6 minutes away to Sunday Night Football countdown. Kickoff is coming up in about 13 minutes. Jahmyr Gibbs going to be the main running back here for the Detroit Lions offense, guys. Jahmyr Gibbs, so far this season, he was in a timeshare for most of the year, but it is his backfield now for the rest of the season if he can stay healthy. 227 carries this season. That's good for 16th. And even though he has 227 carries, he does have 1,273 rushing yards. That is good for 6th in the NFL. It's been a great year for Jahmyr Gibbs. He is a top running back, guys. One of the top running backs for fantasy football. That's what's scrolling by at the bottom of the screen right now. Let's actually make an adjustment and talk about the top wide receivers in all of the NFL right now. One of them being number 3, scrolling by at the bottom of the screen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, guys. This guy is the real deal, but he's going up against number 2 in Justin Jefferson today. What a great matchup. What a good matchup we have tonight, guys. We got the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. And I never thought I'd be that excited to cover an NFC North game. But my gosh, does this game have everything about excitement written all over it, man. All over it. Anyways, Amon-Ra St. Brown on one side, guys. ASB, 109 receptions. That is the second most in the NFL, just behind Jamar Chase. That's the only other wide receiver who has more receptions than ASB. He is 5th in the NFL when it comes to receiving yards, but he is tied for 2nd in the league when it comes to receiving touchdowns. Again, just behind Jamar Chase. 12 receiving touchdowns this season for Amon-Ra St. Brown. On the other side, Jameson Williams, a good piece to have. He has also been solid. Jameson Williams, just under 1,000 receiving yards. That's 967 with 7 receiving touchdowns. Not bad for him there. Tim Patrick going to be the wide receiver 3 for the Detroit Lions offense. Just 3 receiving touchdowns for him. And Sam Laporta, the sleeping giant, we never know if he's going to go off or not. He does have 7 receiving touchdowns this season, so if nothing else, he's been great at catching touchdown passes. But his yardage, just 663. What is going on? The best Tom saying, I grew up in Minnesota, but I hate the Vikings with all my heart. Restore the roar. I see you. All right, Lions fans. We've got a $5 super chat coming in. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. All right, guys, that is going to be the top pass catchers and the top fantasy point scorers for both of these teams. Let's take a quick look at the offensive line here. Taylor Decker, healthy. Graham Glasgow, healthy. Frank Ragnow, healthy. Kevin Zeitler, healthy. And Penny Sewell, healthy. Offensive line, good to go for this Detroit Lions offense. No need to bring in anyone else. Defensively, guys, they're looking as healthy as they can be. Again, just before I even start calling out these players, Aiden Hutchinson, you know he's a Pro Bowl caliber player. He is on IR. Aleem McNeil, also on IR. We've got John Kaminsky, the right defensive end, on IR. Malcolm Rodriguez, a very good strong side linebacker, on IR. We've also got Carlton Davis III on IR, Emmanuel Mosley on IR, and I think that's Alex Anzalone. Alex Anzalone was questionable. Let's refresh this one. Let's see if he's in. He will be in, so we might see Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell out here. They'll probably slide Jack Campbell out to the strong side and put Anzalone in the center. If Alex Anzalone is in, even at just 80%, that's a huge step up over Ezekiel Turner. Not to talk trash over Ezekiel Turner, but I think anybody would agree with that. Okay, guys, what's going on? Jared, the Sunset Chaser. Good to have you guys in here. What's going on? We got some beautiful names out here. Disc Golf in the house. What's up, Disc Golf? Look at this. We got Susan and Jarek, the best Tom, Council, Stephen N, Sherry, Ricky, Zoom, Father Time, Paper Planes. What's going on, guys? Great to have y'all in here tonight for the finale of 2024. Let's effing go. You guys watching this live stream right now, y'all are the faithful. Thank y'all so much for being here. Let's finish this description of the starting lineups for this Detroit Lions defense, guys. All right, on left defensive end, we've got Zadarius Smith. Left tackle, we are going to have Levi. This is a different guy outside of Aleem McNeil, so let me work on this one. On Wuzurike. There we go. That sounded good. We've got Levi on Wuzurike. I said that right. I feel good about it. We've got DJ Reader at right defensive tackle, right defensive end, Josh Pascal. Trevor Nowaski over at weak side linebacker, Jack Campbell at middle linebacker here. I do think that now that Alex Anzalone is available, I would not be surprised to see Jack Campbell playing over here at the strong side and putting Alex Anzalone at middle inside linebacker, at middle linebacker. That's just my guess, but ESPN has this listed with Ezekiel Turner going to be your strong side linebacker today. Two corners for today. On one side, Amik Robertson. On the other side, Terrion Arnold. And then our two safeties today, we're going to have Kirby Joseph, and we're going to have Ifeatu Melifonwu. That one was right. I got it. Iteafu Melifonwu. What? That is correct. Okay. All right, guys. So again, in a quick nutshell, offense looking solid here for one side. Defense looks okay, but there are some blemishes. On the other team, it's basically balanced out on both sides. No major issues on either side of the football, but no stellar numbers really on either side of the football either. Head-to-head comparison. Let's do a quick head-to-head comparison here of these two quarterbacks, and there's one area where Sam Darnold has done better than Jared Goff, and when you add up these two numbers, Jared Goff still has the slight edge in the total yards category. But Sam Darnold, what a respectable and commendable performance out of Sam Darnold this season, guys. Over 4,000 passing yards. We've got just a little more over here with Jared Goff. I got to give credit to both of these quarterbacks. They have had phenomenal seasons, much better than my Dallas Cowboys have had, much better than most other quarterbacks in the league. You're looking at two elite quarterbacks right now, and I never thought I would say that about Sam Darnold, but I am saying it right now, right here to you, okay? I'm saying it to you. We've got two elite quarterbacks out here on the field. Maybe one masqueraded as one, and the other one definitely having to get that championship for himself. Man, made it to the Super Bowl, couldn't get it when he was with the Rams. Here he is with the Detroit Lions. They're on their way to a Super Bowl for the first time ever. The Detroit Lions have never even been to the big game. This could be the year. If they do not get this win, that's going to change things and their probability of getting there. But either way, let's just take a look at the numbers here. Total touchdowns, as I said, they're both tied at 36. 35 total touchdowns through the air for Sam Darnold. He has one rushing touchdown, which brings his total to 36. Jared Goff, 36 passing touchdowns, no rushing touchdowns. So they're tied when it comes to touchdowns this season. Darnold, a couple extra interceptions. Jared Goff, he's been pretty accurate, and he does not get sacked very often at all, guys. Passer rating for Jared Goff, 113. Sam Darnold, 106.4. All right, how about we look at the defense really quick? We do a quick comparison of this defense. Minnesota Vikings on one side, you can see. Again, guys, there are some pretty good numbers over here. Let's take a look at this. When it comes to turnovers forced this season, there is literally no team in football that gets the football back more often then the Minnesota Vikings. One of the reasons, guys, why I am taking the slight edge on Minnesota. I know you guys might think I'm crazy for saying that, but I legitimately feel that way. Detroit Lions are actually 3-point favorites. So keep that in mind. The Detroit Lions are 3-point favorites, but that is just the Vegas numbers, right? That does not mean that's going to be the case. And Minnesota, hoping that they end up winning this game, whether it's by 1, by 2, or by 3, it should be a close one. Let's take a look over here at the chat really quick and see what's up with y'all. 58% of you guys are leaning towards the Detroit Lions. Okay, good to know. We got about 60% of you guys that think the Lions should win this one. Get your likes in, says Dusty Attic. Dusty Attic saying to get the likes in. Happy Sunday to you, Nick. What's going on, guys? Good to have y'all in here. Okay. Defensively, this team has been very good. Not in yards allowed per game. They do give up a decent amount of yardage per game. But against the run, rushing yards allowed per game, by the way, both of these teams have been really good against the run. Part of the reason for that, though, is because these teams are often very far ahead of their opponents. And when you have a commanding lead, the other team is going to throw the football a lot against y'all. By the way, this Detroit Lions here where it says 31st, this should also be red right here. This is obviously a lower number. Passing yards allowed per game. This should be very much red. I've got red over here on this side, 243 passing yards allowed per game. On the other side, 250 passing yards allowed per game. So when you look at it this way, you just take this. It's not a big difference, guys. It's not a lot of separation between these two teams. Yards allowed per game, 347 by the Detroit Lions. Minnesota Vikings give up 331. It's just 15 yards, guys. Not that big of a deal, but those 15 yards will add up over time. The biggest parts that I really want to talk about is the efficiency on turnovers and sacks for these defenses. Minnesota Vikings are top 3 in both of those categories. 47 sacks this season, 31 turnovers forced, first in that category, third in sacks. On the other side, Detroit Lions with just 24 turnovers this season. That is 8th in the NFL, and just 35 sacks. That's towards the bottom of the table. This is because of all of the injuries, and I think that the Minnesota Vikings should be able to capitalize on this. National anthem happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. So the national anthem on right now, I should actually plug that in as a sound. Just a regular national anthem thing. Looks like not a national anthem, looks like a moment of silence. They were having a moment of silence. When we get back, guys, we should have kickoff here shortly. We're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Before this game gets started, guys, look, I had to abort mission on the last game. My voice was not okay. I literally had a massage machine on my neck the entire time, those 3 hours that we were not live, and I'm going to be using that trick now a lot moving forward. It does definitely help relax the vocal cords. But the point that I'm trying to say is thank you guys for understanding that without my voice, this live stream cannot happen. I had to take the break between games, between the first game and this third game that we're covering right now. So thank you guys for understanding the situation I was in. We're back. We're ready to go. I hope you guys are as fired up about this as I am, because we got action happening here soon. And we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. But shout out to Brandy, Denise, and Felipe, Jeremy, JT, and Crystal, Lou, Lorinda, Robert, and Val. You guys, thank y'all so much. Thank you also to these, this is the championship level members, guys. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you guys at the touchdown level. We got Action Man and Courtney and Isaiah and Michael. We got Peter, Rayzilla, and Shiva out here. Thank you guys as well for being here week in and week out, guys. Shout out to the 1 month channel members who have been here as well. I know we're doing this a little early in the live stream, but I do want to give a shout out to you guys. First down VIP list. Everyone on this list behind me has been with Football Nation for at least 30 days or longer. Appreciate you guys so very much. I hope that you see your name up here. If you do, shout out to you. Really do appreciate you guys. All right, guys, we're going to step away from this now, and we are going to bring up the playoff picture. So couple things changed around here. Actually, not really anything has changed around here. All of this is going to be exactly the same. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, although they did get 10 wins now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in the playoffs. The Broncos have made it into the playoffs. The Kansas City Chiefs gifted them a playoff berth. None of this has changed right now. The last piece of this puzzle, all of this puzzle has shaken up kind of the way that we had it broken up, y'all. The last piece of this puzzle is this game right here, right now. The winner of this game will get the bye week in the NFC. What does that look like and what does that mean? The NFC playoff picture, guys. Here's what it's going to look like. Number 1 will get the bye week. Number 2 will play number 7, so the Eagles will play the Packers. Number 3 will play number 6, so the Rams will play the Commanders. And number 4 will play number 5. If the Vikings lose this game, they will have to play the first round of the playoffs against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Should be doable, right? But should the Vikings win tonight, that would put them at number 1. The Vikings would get the bye week, and the Detroit Lions would then be over here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all follow? You tracking what I'm saying right now? So whoever wins this game, despite it being 1-5, because both of these teams have the same record at 14-2, and this is a divisional matchup, the winner of this game will be number 1. That is what is at stake tonight, guys. That is why this game is so hype, and I'm saying let's effing go. Welcome to Football Nation. I am your host, Mario Manuel. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream with me. No action just yet. Kickoff was scheduled for 2 minutes ago. Have not seen any of that just yet, but let's see what comes up. What's up, Hurston Gill? All right, guys. We are a few minutes away from getting this game started. Let's see what we can do on this channel. The goal for this season was to get to 25,000. We might be able to get there, guys. Detroit Lions. Let's see how many votes. We got over 400 votes on this one. Let's end the poll here. And I'm going to ask you guys this one. Who would you rather have? Who would you rather have, guys? Let's caps lock this. Jefferson, Addison, or St. Brown? Williams. Who would you rather have as your top pass catchers? Would you go with the top one? Would you go with the bottom one? Personally, I like Justin Jefferson, and this should be a really good game, guys. This should be a really good game. I'm fired up for it. I hope you guys are ready. They're saying, yeah, they're saying exactly what I said. Should these two teams tie, nothing will change. The Detroit Lions will end up in number 1. This is the first time in NFL history, guys. This is the first time in NFL history that we've had 2 14-win teams going at it here in a regular season game. The football is down on the ground. The Minnesota Vikings will be kicking off to the Detroit Lions to get this game started. Minnesota Vikings will be kicking off to the Detroit Lions to get this game started. And here we go, guys. There's the kick. This one will go up, and this will go through the back. It will be a catch, and it will be a kneel. Detroit Lions start this game with the football at the 30-yard line. Brian Norris saying whiskey or tequila, because tequila makes her clothes fall off. All right, that's a fun song. Not the point. Let's go ahead and get this split up and adjusted the way you guys want it to be. 1st and 10 coming at you from the 30-yard line. The Detroit Lions with the football wearing all black. Blue helmets here. Here's the snap. There's the handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs going straight through the pile here. Will pick up 2 yards. This brings up a 2nd down. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down and 8 for the Detroit Lions, who are at home. So this is basically the Super Bowl. This is basically the AFC Championship, right? Or the NFC Championship right here, Father Time. This is the NFC Championship possibly happening right here, right now. All right, guys, we got a 2nd down and 8 coming up here. We got a bunch formation on the right-hand side. This will be a screenplay. Jameson Williams gets the catch. Jameson Williams will get that football up to about the 35-yard line. This will be a gain of just a few, a gain of 3 yards right there. This brings up a third down for the Detroit Lions. Y'all following me? Y'all tracking right now? Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Appreciate you guys watching this live stream. Let's go ahead and end that Q&A and get this one started here. All right, guys, Brian Flores, the Vikings defensive coordinator. The camera was just panned over on him. Let's see if the Vikings defense can get off the field right here. 3rd down and 5 from the 35. Empty backfield. Jared Goff takes the snap. Jared Goff fighting a 4-man rush, connects right there. Looks like a big gain, and Jahmyr Gibbs goes out of bounds. A grab made by Jahmyr Gibbs. Breaks for about 6 yards on 3rd down and 5. That's good for a 1st down for the Detroit Lions. 1st down. 1st down for Detroit. Moves the chains, a fresh new set of downs. Here we go. I bet $5K on the Vikings. Let's go, says Jason. Man, Jason, you are deep pockets out there, brother. Cheers to you. Congratulations. Of course, I'm sure you're only gambling because you can afford to lose it. Here we go, guys. 41-yard line. We've got ourselves a single back formation. There's the snap. The Detroit Lions from their own 41. Jahmyr Gibbs trying to gain some yardage. Instead, he goes backwards. It's a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 as the Minnesota Vikings defense stands up right here. All right. Ooh. Here we go. I bet $50 on Detroit, minus 30.5 at 40/1. The goofball. I'm not great with betting forms. I can't believe nobody won again, guys. 16, 17, and 18, just NFL undefeated. Here's the snap. There is a handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs gets the football on 2nd down and 13. He will pick up 5 yards. This brings up a 3rd down and 8. Football now to the 43-yard line of the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions have yet to cross midfield. Let's refresh the drive chart down below so you can see what's happening on the field there. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're watching Football Nation. I am your host, Mario Manuel. 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Detroit Lions. Can the Vikings get the stop? Here's the snap. Jared Goff hands that football off. It will be a tackle for a loss. And a big stop there for the Minnesota Vikings as Jonathan Greenard gets the stop. 4th down for Detroit. Here we go. I like that color tie, says Father Time. Thanks, Father Time. Christina got it for me. And if she gets it for me, I wear it. Ain't no need not to, right? Happy wife, happy life. Let's predict the scores, says Malad. Yeah, let's do that. What will be the final score, guys? See if anybody can predict the future. See if anybody out there can predict the future out here. Here's the snap. Here's the punt, guys. This one going to be given back to the Detroit Lions, or given back to the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings about to get their first drive, and a slip there by Powell. Brandon Powell slips on the return. This puts them in a bad spot. The Minnesota Vikings will get the football at the 14-yard line. Here we go. Let's see. Easy saying 21-36. What, Vikings? Detroit Lions 36? Maybe. 35-24 Vikings, 27-21 Lions. Goofball saying 42-10 Lions. The Vikings win 41-34. Ricky, I like where you're at, brother. I like what you're thinking out there. Reed checking in. Reed saying 24-21 Lions. What's up, Reed? How you doing? Sunny Fawn. Hello, Sunny. Good to have you in here. Welcome, welcome. Robert Zamora saying 21-36 Lions. Minnesota 30, Detroit 26. Guys, I never thought I would say this, man. I never thought I would say this, but Skull. Ooh, I just did, though. Did he just do that? Aw, snap, dude. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at some numbers. So, opening drive for the Detroit Lions did not go as planned. The home team on the opening drive. Let's talk about this. Jared Goff. Only 2 passes on that drive, 2 completions, so at least 100% completion rating coming into this one. That's no surprise considering Jared Goff is a really, really good and really, really accurate quarterback. Now, that being said, he does only have 9 yards in this game. Jahmyr Gibbs also not looking good. 4 rushing attempts, He has -3 yards right now. 4 rushing attempts, -3 yards. Jameson Williams, the only one to get some positive yardage in this game as, well, I guess that's not necessarily true. Jahmyr Gibbs got a 6-yard catch, so his net total there is going to be 3 positive yards for Jahmyr Gibbs. Jameson Williams, 1 target, 1 reception, good for 3 yards. Total offense for the Detroit Lions after their opening drive, guys. After their opening drive right there, the Detroit Lions have a grand total of just 6 yards. Great job by the Minnesota Vikings defense to get to the offense on that one. Tackles made by Turner, tackles made by Cameron Bynum. We had two tackles on this one by Bullard on that drive there. So looking pretty good for the Minnesota Vikings defense. They're coming in the way that we kind of expected them to. Let's see what their offense has in store, guys. Offense here for the Minnesota Vikings. We will have Sam Darnold and Aaron Jones getting ready to take the field. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson at tight end. Don't forget about Jalen Naylor. He could be a factor here as well. Vikings have the football, guys. 1st and 10 here from the 14-yard line. Minnesota with the football. 1st and 10. 11 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We got ourselves a single back formation here from the 14-yard line. There's the snap and the handoff around the right-hand side. There goes Aaron Jones, who picks up about 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 coming up for Minnesota. 2nd down for the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, Detroit 0, Minnesota -30, says James Hill. Skull is cheers. Salute. All right, guys, 2nd down and 2. Here's the snap. Dropping back. Sam Darnold, I almost said Aaron Donald. Sam Darnold connecting right there with TJ Hawkinson for 8 yards. It's good for a 1st down. On 2nd down and 2, this moves the football all the way up to the Minnesota Vikings 30-yard line. So the Vikings with the ball, they're on their own 30 after that catch there by TJ Hawkinson. 1st down. 1st down here. 1st down for the Minnesota Vikings. Here we go. 1st and 10, guys, from the 30-yard line. We've got ourselves an offset I formation. There is the snap, the strong side on the left. Darnold looks right, throws, and connects with JJ. Justin Jefferson will pick up about 6 yards. This will bring up a 2nd down and 4. So a 2nd down coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. Lions fans getting to play on their defense now. Ooh. I don't know, man. This defense for the Detroit Lions is beat up, and I think the Minnesota Vikings should be able to exploit this defense. But what do I know? I've only watched like 100 football games this season. 2nd down and 4, single back formation. Here is the snap. There is the handoff to the right-hand side. Aaron Jones on 2nd and 4 picks up 2 yards. This brings up a 3rd down. 3rd down for Minnesota. 3rd down, ladies and gentlemen. The Minnesota Vikings with the football. How is everybody doing tonight? This is a good one. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good day today. Be sure to share this with your friends. Be sure to give everyone the shout out there. Let them know that Football Nation exists. What's going on, Anthony Wanamaker? Good to have you in here. And here is El Castigador. Thanks for checking in. 3rd down and 2. There's the throw and a catch on the right-hand side. Catch made by Aaron Jones out of the backfield. That is good for a Minnesota Vikings 1st down. 1st down for Minnesota. How many Red Bulls has Mario had today? I say 3. Actually, this is number 2. I did have plenty of coffee earlier this morning. I'm drinking some of this throat coat tea. I'm feeling a lot better than I did this morning, guys. This morning was a struggle. This morning was a struggle because I did not take care of my voice going into the game, and I learned a couple tips and tricks that have helped in the last 3 hours, believe that or not. Here we go, 42-yard line, Minnesota Vikings with the football. There is a handoff to the left-hand side. Aaron Jones will pick up 6 yards on that play. This brings up a 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6. 2nd down for Minnesota. Defense, doom, doom. I see you, Bob S. INT says St. Brown. Look at that flask, says Goofball. No, it's not a flask. It's more hot tea. I have to keep the lid on it because without it, the tea gets cold. So here we go, guys. We've got ourselves a single back formation. Sam Darnold calling an audible right now. Looking left, looking right, calling the audibles. Football at the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. Flag's going to come in for a false start right there. That will back up the Minnesota Vikings instead of a 2nd down and 4. This will bring up a 2nd down and 9. Call it a loss of 5. So, okay, guys, put honey in. I did put honey in it. It does have honey. Don't you worry, John. We're doing everything right now. Feeling a little bit better. Okay, no worries, Scott, but thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for checking in, brother. Appreciate you. 2nd down and 9 coming up right now. Minnesota Vikings with the football at their own 43-yard line. Minnesota have yet to cross the 43. Let's see, on 2nd down and 9, what will they do here? 2nd down and 9, shotgun formation. Minnesota with the football. There's the snap. Sam Darnold looking left. Sam Darnold throwing up the middle. The pass is incomplete. This does bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 9 right there. They're saying Jack Campbell got his hand to the football, I guess. Let's watch that replay. They're saying that Sam Darnold had that football tipped and that Jack Campbell's going to be credited for that. Maybe not. I think the next play is already ahead of me. I hate when that happens. Okay, guys, here we go. We got ourselves a 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9 coming up right here. Actually, no, I guess they are crediting Campbell for the pressure on that. Either way, 3rd down and 9 from the 42-yard line. Empty backfield. Sam Darnold drops back. Darnold looks right, throws right, in and out of the hands of TJ Hawkinson. And this will bring up a 4th down here. 4th down for the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings will likely have to punt. I don't see them going for it here. Who will score the first touchdown, guys? Will it be the Lions or will it be the Vikings? Lions, Vikings. Here we go. Punt time. Another punt. So, more punts than points so far in this game. That's supposed to be a shootout. Both defenses stepping up right now. Here is Wright lined up to kick this one over to the Detroit Lions. There's the snap. There is the kick. And this one is a high-hanging kick. It will be caught, and it will be returned. The 10, the 15, the 20, down at about the 23-yard line. Call it the 22. 1st down now for the Detroit Lions, and we will likely go to a commercial break. Jared Goff taking the field quickly there. They're showing the wild card weekend schedule will be coming up here shortly is what it says. Coming up, wild card weekend schedule. Well, it looks like they're going to give us a little bit of who's in, who's out, who's up, who's down. Guys, let's talk about what happened this week, because what crazy games did we see? The Panthers beat the Falcons? Is that right, in overtime? That game went to overtime, if I'm not mistaken, and the Carolina Panthers won 44-38. The Washington Commanders did get the win over the Dallas Cowboys. How about the Chicago Bears beating the Green Bay Packers? Was anybody expecting that? How about the Jacksonville Jaguars doing what they did today? Jacksonville Jaguars actually took the L to the Colts barely right there. Tampa Bay got the win. Let's see, Buffalo Bills took an L today. The Buffalo Bills lost to the New England Patriots. Final score there, 23-16. Just an absolute mess across the NFL for gambling and for betting this week. What happened? An INT? No. That was a punt. We just had a punt. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the middle of a commercial break. When we get back from the commercial break, after the punt from the Minnesota Vikings on 4th down and 9, they sent that back to the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions have the football now at their own 22-yard line. Okay. Detroit Lions have the football at the 22-yard line. Zoom saying, yeah, Vegas cleaned up, huh? They sure did. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look now at the Minnesota Vikings offense and talk about what we saw on that side. This time for the Minnesota Vikings offense on their opening drive, Sam Darnold completed 3 of 5 today. Good for 18 yards. Next to him, Aaron Jones has 3 carries for 16. Top pass catchers today is actually TJ Hawkinson, 2 targets, 1 reception, good for 8 yards. Justin Jefferson, 1 target, 1 reception, good for 6 yards. Aaron Jones, 1 target, 1 reception, good for 4 yards. And Oliver getting a target, but no catch there. Okay, that's where we're at right now. How you guys doing today? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this game, the final game of Week 18? Because I sure am. We're in the middle of it. We've got very little time left. I guess we got plenty of time left in the first quarter. I thought we were running out of time. Looks like 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter of this one. They do have the schedules out already. It looks like on Saturday we'll have the Chargers versus the Texans, and we'll have the Steelers versus the Ravens. The final game will be on Monday versus Los Angeles. I'm going to put that graphic together for you guys between today and, I guess, our next live stream, which will be for the college game. Okay. 1st and 10 coming up here. 1st and 10, Detroit Lions with the football. Coming back from this commercial break. Drive chart down below. We got a 1st and 10 from the 22. We've got ourselves a single back formation from the 22-yard line. Jared Goff under center. Motion on the field here. A snap and a toss to the left-hand side. Jahmyr Gibbs finding a hole there. Picks up about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up. 2nd down. 2nd down and 6, guys. Have you done your part to help this channel grow? Have you hit that subscribe button? Have you shared this with a friend? I appreciate you guys and those kind words that y'all have out there. Let's see, am I going to be covering the playoff games? I will be, Michael. Don't you worry. I will be covering all of the playoff games so long as my voice holds up. But with the new trick that I learned, it should be very beneficial. Here we go, guys, from the 26-yard line after the 4-yard gain there from the 22. We got a 2nd down and 6. Detroit Lions on their own 26. Winds up and throws. The catch is made there on the right-hand side. Sam Laporta on the grab. A gain of 7 is good for a Detroit Lions. 1st down. 1st down for Detroit. 1st down there for Detroit. 6 minutes left to go here. 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. That gets the football to the 32. Actually looks like the 33. Detroit, Jared Goff with the football now. Waiting for the snap on 1st and 10 as Goff is directing and orchestrating the traffic here. Conducting traffic right now is Jared Goff. We are now lined up with 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. There is the snap and a handoff to the back again. Jahmyr Gibbs, a little spin move right there. Doesn't break at all. No gain on the left-hand side. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. So a 2nd down and 10. The clock is hot. Keep this one moving. And the Detroit Lions offense unable to overcome or overpower this Vikings defense. Vikings defense hasn't gotten to Jared Goff just yet, but they're looking pretty stout right now, giving no running room today to Jahmyr Gibbs. That is his 1st rushing yard picked up. We've got a 2nd down and 10, though. Motion on the field. Here's the snap. Jared Goff, little play action there. The blitz coming in. Goff will wind up and throw wide open. Amon-Ra St. Brown down at the 45 across midfield. 23-yard gain. 1st down there. So on that play right there, Jared Goff took the snap, dropped back, surveyed. He saw the blitz coming in. It was a 6-man blitz, and so that left way too much space out there in the secondary. Catch was made for 23 yards, 1st and 10 from the 44. Jared Goff with another snap here. Tries to connect with St. Brown once again. It's actually Craig Reynolds who was being targeted. What's going on, Adriana Flores? Who is winning? Asks, I'm on that. Nobody, sir. Or ma'am, whoever's on the other side of that one. Nobody is winning. You can see above my head, guys, the score is 0-0. If you have time to type in the chat, you have time to see the score. It is right above my head. The score is 0-0. All right, guys. 2nd down and 10, shotgun formation. 2nd down formation, 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, 44-yard line. Here is the snap, dropping back and surveying on a 5-man rush coming in again. There is a connection with Sam Laporta, this time inside the 40. A gain of 8 yards brings up a 3rd down and 2. 3rd down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. So 3rd down, Detroit Lions facing a 3rd down and 2. Football now up to the Minnesota Vikings 36-yard line with 4.5 minutes remaining. The clock is hot, ladies and gentlemen. The clock is hot. So who will score the first touchdown? 200 votes right now. Let's see. What is going on, Miguel? Miguel Gonzalez saying, what's up, Mario? Philippines with you, bro. Appreciate you checking in, Miguel. Here we go. Single back formation. Under center right now is Jared Goff. And this will be a timeout or a flag Officials stopping right now. They're going to give the timeout to the Detroit Lions. It looks like Dan Campbell noticed that the clock was running out. Campbell calls a timeout here before the delay of game. Timeout going to be taken when we get back from this quick 30-second break. It'll be a 3rd down and 2. So the Detroit Lions, they have the football. It's a 3rd down and 2. The Detroit Lions inside of Minnesota Vikings territory. You can see that using the drive chart down below. So the drive chart is down there for your convenience, guys. I try to include as much graphical information as I can. Sometimes I cannot call everything because we're talking about other stuff or I'm reading chats and trying to connect with you guys. Right now, while we're in this timeout, I'm wanting to talk to you guys directly just so that we're all on the same page. Above my head over here, guys, it is the scoreboard. We've got time, down, and distance. We've got the network this is on, the quarter, the timeouts. Everything is up here for y'all. All of the box scores on the right-hand side and down below, I've got the drive chart for y'all. Here comes a 3rd down and 2. Motion on the field. There's the snap and a handoff. This time, it looks like it'll go around the left-hand side. Craig Reynolds throws a stiff arm. This is going to be a penalty on the play, though. That would have been enough for a 1st down on 3rd down and 2. Instead, flag comes out. Holding on the offense. Back up the Detroit Lions 10 yards. We've got a 3rd down and 12. Okay. Michael, you're talking about for the voice thing, what trick have I learned to do? This might sound really weird to say, but have you ever seen a back massager, the ones that you turn on and they vibrate? Apparently the vibration is really, really good for the vocal cords just to have them there. And I saw that and I thought the doctor that was on the camera was a quack, but I was desperate to get my voice back and I did it. So the 4-legged machine, I literally put it on my throat and I just sat there for like 45 minutes. And I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. 3rd down and 12 coming up here for the Detroit Lions. A shotgun formation, trips to the right with a man in motion. Here is the snap from the 46-yard line. Jared Goff again against the blitz will wind up and fire. The catch is made by Tim Patrick on 3rd down and 12, but a 4th down and 5 will be called. It is Detroit Lions football at the 39. 4th down and 5. Go for it or nah. Go for it or not, guys. It's a 4th down and 5. 4th down and 5. Man, you know. Good to be back, Michael. Good to be back, bro. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Jared Goff waiting for the snap. We got 2 receivers right, 1 on the left, and a lot of motion here on the defensive side of the football. Almost disconcerting signals, but here comes another blitz against Jared Goff. Winds up and throws. The catch is made. This time, Jamison Williams on the right-hand side gets out to the 25-yard line. That is good for a 1st down. 1st down, Detroit Lions. Let's effing go, baby. Let's go, CMC. Let's go, JT. All right, guys, that is a 1st and 10 coming up now for the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions just picked one up. They are now up to the Minnesota Vikings 25-yard line. Now up to the Minnesota Vikings 25-yard line. We're about to get some action here. We're at the 25. We've got ourselves an offset I formation. Detroit Lions with the football. There's a snap. There is a handoff around the left-hand side. Jahmyr Gibbs breaking through the 10, the 5, the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. And the Detroit Lions knock this one in. They punch it in from 25 yards out. 25-yard touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. And Jahmyr Gibbs making it happen right now. Detroit Lions fans, where y'all at, baby? Where you at, Detroit Lions fans? So a touchdown there. And that will take us back to the commercial break here. We're going to have the extra point attempt coming up. There's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. The kick is up. And the kick is good. The score is now 7-0. Detroit with the lead. How many of you guys stuck with me throughout that whole drive? It looks like 62% of you guys were right on this one, who will score the first touchdown. And you guys were right. So let's ask the next poll question, guys. Will the Vikings answer back with a touchdown? Will the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own? Yes or no? All right, guys, we are live coming at y'all from San Antonio, Texas. I don't know how many of you guys are watching this live stream right now. That's actually not important. What is important to me is that you guys are entertained throughout this live stream and that I get you guys all of the most relevant information. Now, we did just see the Detroit Lions run that football in for a touchdown, so why don't we take a look at the running back comparison. Run game, you can see the Detroit Lions on the ground have been very successful this season. A top 5 team in a couple of categories, top 10 team in most of the categories. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings, not so much. Now, they thought that the addition of Aaron Jones over in Minnesota would be a big upgrade to what they had before with Dalvin Cook and the mess that they really had in Alexander Madison and all of that. I think that is an upgrade, but it's not an upgrade enough for the Minnesota Vikings. They run the football a lot. They're 12th at rushing attempts per game, but when it comes to yards per rushing attempt, not a lot of success on the ground. The Minnesota Vikings, that being said, we know that they're a pass-first offense with Justin Jefferson. You'd better be. Very similar to what it looks like for the Cincinnati Bengals, but the Cincinnati Bengals don't have a defense, which is why the Minnesota Vikings are sitting at a 14-win team, while the Cincinnati Bengals just got eliminated from playoff contention. Okay, guys, 19th in the NFL when it comes to rushing yards per game for the Minnesota Vikings, averaging just 108 yards per game. Meanwhile, 144 for the Detroit Lions. You can see that over my left shoulder on the right side of your screen. Let's talk about this rushing yards percentage, guys. Now, we know that they like to throw the football a lot, so most of their yards in games come through the air. They are 27th in the NFL when it comes to rushing yard percentage. They pick up 30% of their total yardage through running the football. Now, you would think that there would be a much bigger discrepancy between 16th and 27th, but there's not. It's just 5 percentage points. Detroit Lions on the ground have been pretty solid. It was even better when they had 2 running backs, but you know what? Jahmyr Gibbs has done a very good job this season. David Montgomery going to be out for the rest of the season. We will see Jahmyr Gibbs filling that spot in. Okay, guys. Let's get back to it. It looks like they're lined up. Chauncey Billups out there saying hello. I was actually going to ask a trivia question about Chauncey. In case you guys don't know who Chauncey is the ex-3-point shooter for the Detroit Pistons back in the day. Here we go, guys. That is going to be the knee right there. Detroit Lions going to start this I'm a little mixed up right now. Minnesota Vikings just got the football after the Detroit Lions kicked this one back to them. So we're getting back to the action. We're going to start this drive on the 20-yard line. The football in the landing zone and then back into the end zone. So if it lands in the landing zone first and then goes into the end zone and they choose not to return it, the football gets put at the 20-yard line. So Aiden Hutchinson, they're panned over on him right now. He's not in this game. He's on the sideline with a hat on, with the hoodie on. 1st and 10, no time to drink tea. 1st and 10 from the 20. Sam Darnold takes the snap. Sam Darnold gonna be in trouble. Darnold gonna scramble, and Darnold's gonna lose a ton of yards now as he goes backwards, dropped by Zadarius Smith, and that is a loss of 17. Wow, a loss of 17 here for the Minnesota Vikings. And the Detroit Lions are out here right now. Vikings fans, where y'all at? Let's see if they can answer back. Looks like about 60% of y'all say that they could. Not a good start right there, though, as Sam Darnold loses 17 yards. This brings up a 2nd down and 27. They are backed up all the way to their own 3-yard line. Sam Darnold, standing in his own end zone, will take the snap. Looks left, throws left, catch is made out of the backfield. This time, Aaron Jones picks up a couple yards on the left-hand side. Aaron Jones will gain about 9. This brings up a 3rd down and 18. 3rd down coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. I wonder. Here we go, 36 seconds left to go in the first half of this game. They will need to get one more play in before the end of the first quarter. Game clock and play clock with about a 10-second difference. Play clock down to 10, game clock down to 20. So here we go. We've got motion on the field. Football at the 12-yard line. Football on the 12, a 3rd down and 18. Winds up and throws just over the hands of TJ Hawkinson. It looked like a beautiful play right there. TJ Hawkinson 1 step behind, ladies and gentlemen, and that will bring up a 4th down and 18. The Minnesota Vikings will have to punt in this one. Starting to get dangerous out there. Minnesota Vikings going to need to make these catches happen. TJ Hawkinson trying to make the run after the grab right there. He should have focused on just making the catch. Here we go, guys. Here's the snap. There is the punt. This does go back to the Detroit Lions. So, Vikings unable to score. They get a 3 and out on this one. They send this back to the Detroit Lions. Lions will get corralled at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 to end the first quarter. So, after 1 quarter, the Minnesota Vikings have 7. The Minnesota Vikings have 0. After 1 quarter, the Minnesota Vikings have not scored yet. The Detroit Lions have 7. The Detroit Lions did score a touchdown in the first quarter. Here we go. Mario, YouTube is not taking my gifts, says Rayzilla. Sorry, Ray. All right, guys, let's ask a question. Where is everybody watching from? This is one of my favorite questions to ask out here. Guys, we are in the middle of a commercial break. I'm going to chat with you guys for just a moment. Where are you watching from? Where are you guys watching from? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's read some of these chats that come in here. And let's have some fun. Ruth Lopez all the way out there in Detroit, Michigan. What's going on, Ruth? Hello. We've got Oklahoma in the house. Brandy in North Carolina. Detroit, Michigan. We've got Another Man in Michigan by DJ Butler. What's going on? Callie Snoop. I see you out there. Louisiana, says Lucinda. Jersey, says Keith. Nice. Jonathan in Detroit, Southern California for Todd Adams. We got Ward in Washington State. Steve in Toronto. Guys, we are live in San Antonio, Texas. We are live out of the Big 210. The Alamo City, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Robert Samora's out here with me. Let's effing go. H-Town, baby, says JT. We got Robert in Atlanta. Robert K in Atlanta. Brianna in Las Vegas. We've got Shenandoah Valley of Virginia for Richard. Asheville, North Carolina. We got John Williams in Puna, Hawaii. Fissure 8. Hang loose, brother. Good to have you in here. Welcome back. Chatham, Ontario, Canada. Come on, Vikings, says Michael. Says Matthew B. I see y'all out there. Temple, Arizona in the house. What's up, Jared? We got Spicy the Kid in Japan. What is up, Spicy? How you doing? We got Kypros. Nice. We got Kypros in Cyprus. Nice. Minnesota, but watching in Colombia. A lot of you guys out there, goofball out in the UK. We got Steamboat saying Charles. Honolulu for Germ. Council in Baltimore. Blessing saying out in Chicago. Love watching your analysis. Thank you, Blessing. I appreciate that. It's a blessing to have you here. Shout out to you guys. I'm not going to have a chance to read all of these comments, but this is good to see everyone from all over the planet. Looks like Man Size wins the farthest point from San Antonio, Texas contest, as he is on the planet Mars along with Musk's Tesla. Should be getting there anytime. All right, guys, let's get back to the action. I apologize if I did not have a chance to read your comments. First and foremost, we call these plays. 31-yard line. Here's the snap. Flags coming in from all of the officials. This is going to be a false start here against the Detroit Lions. This will back them up 5 yards. So this will bring up a 1st down and 15 now after the penalty. Football to the Detroit Lions 26-yard line. We are all over the world in here, says Jeff Metterling. Yes, we are. Cheers to you. Guanajuato, Mexico. ¿Qué onda, Jorge? Thanks for checking in. Here's the snap. There's a handoff to the left-hand side. And this time, looks like the football gets up to about the 30. They're calling it the 29. Shy of the 30-yard line. I think that's fair. The Detroit Lions now facing a 2nd down and 12 after the 3-yard carry right there for Jahmyr Gibbs on 1st and 15. 14 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half of this one. Play clock down to 22. We're looking at a 2nd down. 2nd down and 12, guys. 2nd down and 12. We've got ourselves motion on the field here. Looking right, throwing right. Oh, my goodness. What a hit on Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow, Jared Goff threw that football to the flat, and Andrew Van Ginkel knocked Jahmyr Gibbs' head off on that play. A loss of 8 yards. Gibbs wincing as he goes out to the sideline on that one. Andrew Van Ginkel just getting right past Sam Laporta there. I mean, either way, just a great read by Van Ginkel, who just laid him out for a loss of 8. Minnesota Vikings defense saying, nuh-uh, man, not today. 3rd down and 20 now from the 21. Goff takes the snap. Goff in trouble. Goff will go down again. This time a sack by Jonathan Greenard, and that brings up a 4th down and 31. 4th down coming up here, a sack lunch for Jared Goff. Let's go. Wow, Jared Goff going down there. A loss of 11, a sack delivered by Greenard, and this will bring out the punt team. 4th down and 31. Detroit will have to punt from their own end zone here. This one goes back, signaled not a fair catch. It looked like it might have been, but not. Brandon Powell will get the football up to the 50-yard line, and now the Minnesota Vikings have the football. So let's ask again. Let's ask a new one. We got a sack today. We finally got that sack against Jared Goff. Is that the second one? I don't remember. Anyways, let's ask a quick question to the chat, guys. We're at the 50-yard line, and it looks like now the Minnesota Vikings have the football. So can the Lions hold the Vikings to 3 points or less? What do you guys think? Can the Lions hold the Vikings to 3 points or less? Yes or no? Let's find out what you guys think. All right, guys. This is going to be the playoff picture. Let me see if I can find the schedule online somewhere out here. Let's see. Playoff schedule. 2025 NFL playoff schedule. Here are the brackets. So Saturday, January 11th, let's talk about what we're going to see. We're going to have 2 games. Both of those games on Saturday will be AFC playoff games, guys. So keep this in mind. The first game on Saturday, we've got 2 games. We will have the Chargers versus the Texans, guys. Chargers versus Texans here for the first round, the first game of the 2025 playoffs. This will happen Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. That is the first game. Y'all following me? Are you following me? I'm telling you right now the playoff schedule for this weekend. On Saturday, first game of the day at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, Texans hosting the Chargers. The second game on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, will be the Ravens hosting the Steelers. So 2 Saturday football games, Chargers-Texans, Steelers-Ravens. Then on Sunday, we will have 3 games. We will have 3 games on Sunday. Broncos at Bills for the first game. That'll be at noon. So Denver Broncos at Buffalo Bills. That'll be the first game. Then Packers at Eagles at 4:30 p.m. Packers at Eagles will be the next game. And then we will have this one here with the Commanders and the Rams for the third game. That'll be the 7 p.m. game on Sunday. Are we tracking right now? So we're going from basically top to bottom on the other page and then bottom to top on this one. Sunday night, or Monday night, actually, we'll have this one. So 6 games over those 3 days. I'm going to cover them all come hell or high water because the season is almost over. And playoff games always get playoff attention. So let's do this. This is basically, either way, it doesn't matter. I just thought that it would be interesting to bring up. All right, guys, here we go. Minnesota Vikings now have the football. They did get the football back on the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, single back formation from the 50. Minnesota with the football. There's a snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. That is a gain of about 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up. 2nd down. So 2nd down coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, Lisa, you're not wrong. I'm going to be using that back massager right here for the next 5 days. Not even kidding. Here we go, guys. 2nd down and 9. Here's the snap. Looking left in the pocket. Looking right. Throwing. Catch is made. This time, it's going to be a big gain there. Looks like Oliver on the grab right there. And there will be a flag on the play. The penalty will be declined there. It's going to be illegal contact. That is going to be a solid game. A solid gain of 13 yards from our boy Josh Oliver. So Josh Oliver on the grab picks up the first down on the 13-yard gain, illegal contact. They don't care about that. Penalty is declined. First down for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. So 12 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half of this game. The score is 7-0 with Detroit having the lead in this one, guys. Detroit has the lead right now from the 36-yard line. Shotgun formation here. Darnold doing this, waiting for the snap. There's the snap, winds up and throws. And this is going to be to Jordan Addison on the flat. Addison stopped immediately there. Is that Kirby Joseph who gets the stop? Jordan Addison makes the catch. This does bring up a second down and 10. So second down and 10 coming up. It wasn't Kirby, it was someone else. Either way, here we go. Here's the snap. I literally just used two. There's a deep shot way downfield, and that'll be overthrown. Jordan Addison in the end zone, unable to grab that football. Another target downfield for Jordan Addison, incomplete, brings up a third down and 10. The Minnesota Vikings on third down right now are at the Detroit Lions 36-yard line. This should be pretty close to field goal range. Shouldn't have an issue kicking it from here, so they might be able to at least get 3 points on the board. Let's see what happens. It is a third down for Minnesota. It is a third down here for the Minnesota Vikings. Third down and 10. We got ourselves a shotgun formation in motion on the field from T.J. Hawkinson. From the 36-yard line, Sam Darnold facing the blitz. Darnold connects with Justin Jefferson, who gets the football to the 5. A big first down there, good for 31 yards. First down, Minnesota. First and goal from the 5 as the Minnesota Vikings get the big first down there. Here we go. Big first down pickup there for Justin Jefferson on the right-hand side. Deep shot downfield. I see you, Steve, dropping those purple and gold hearts, man. Shout out to you. We got a Vikings fan in the house. Let it be known. Okay. We got a first and goal. I had the volume up a little bit, guys. Here's the snap. There's the handoff on the left-hand side. This will be a gain of 2 yards, second down and 3. Okay, guys. My voice is back, so over the couple of days that we've been struggling with the voice, I had to turn up the volume big time so you guys can hear me. But it looks like I got to turn it back down according to Richard Martin. Looks like according to Richard, we got to make a slight adjustment there so that we don't blow out the speakers. And we are going to have to make some adjustments on this channel. I don't have an audio engineer, but I do have a buddy who is an audio engineer, and I'm going to literally talk his ear off during the off season to get the volumes and the levels right. I will make notes and write everything down. The best way to succeed on this channel is to continue to improve our systems, and doing that will help us improve year after year. Anyways, guys, we're looking at a second down and goal from the 3-yard line. From the 3-yard line. I like both teams, says Siegel. So nice. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate you. So looking forward for Sunday game at 4:30. Adrian, so am I. Second down and goal from the 3. Sam Darnold searching, in trouble. Darnold will wind up and throw that football away on second and goal. This will bring up a third down and goal. Third and goal coming up from the 3-yard line. Let's see what happens here. I'm glad my voice is back too, Micah. I'm glad my voice is back too, and I don't even remember where I put my little apparatus, my little back massager, wherever that is. But I kind of want to put it on whenever we go to a quick commercial break, just because it's nice. Now that I've learned that trick, it honestly feels like day and night. I didn't realize how much tension I had up here when I'm calling these games, and that just helped me relax. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys, here we go. Third down and goal from the 3-yard line. Looking left, throwing left. Another incomplete pass brings up a 4th and goal. Go for it or nah. What do y'all think? Go for it or nah, guys. 4th and goal. Minnesota Vikings looking to tie this one up right here. I don't know, man. I don't know. We've got ourselves a 4th and goal situation. They are going to go for it here. Minnesota Vikings are going to go for it. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Sam Darnold takes the snap. The 4-man rush comes in. Darnold taking too much time will wind up in fire intended for Justin Jefferson. The pass is incomplete. And this will be a turnover on downs. Minnesota Vikings unable to score there. They should have just taken the points. Instead, guys, this will end the drive for the Minnesota Vikings. A really good drive there, too. They were sustaining that one. The Minnesota Vikings go all the way down to the red zone. That will hurt their red zone numbers. Let's take a look at the Minnesota Vikings after that drive. Guys, on average, the Minnesota Vikings score about 26 points per game. Today, they have a big, fat goose egg. The score, Minnesota 0. Minnesota has 0 points. The Detroit Lions have 7 in this game. Minnesota was 0. Detroit Lions was 7. On average, the Minnesota Vikings, by now, with 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter, you would expect them to have at least a field goal. But instead, nothing. 26 points per game is what they average. That is good for inside of the top 10. 9th in the NFL. We are in the middle of a commercial break. When we go to commercial break, we do one of 2 things, guys. We either read the chats or we read the stats. This time we're going to read some stats. However, points are at a premium right now, says Jerry. They are, and they should have taken it. Anyways, the point of me bringing this up is just to say that the Minnesota Vikings are behind schedule. On average, they pick up about 350 yards per game. So far in this one, just 73 yards of offense. That being said, the Detroit Lions haven't done much better. While they do have 7 points, they only have 78 total yards of offense. So while they do have 7 points, they're way behind schedule here as well. Even if they scored 1 touchdown in every quarter, that would only put them at 28 points, 7-14, 21-28, right? They would need an additional field goal or 2 to get to that number. Now, yards per game, yards per play, third down efficiency, red zone efficiency, top 5 across the board for this Detroit Lions team. But defensively, they have been known to drop the ball a couple of times. They give up a ton of yards per game, but they are pretty good at stopping opposing teams from scoring. At least they were earlier in the season. Some of that is baked into this. We have seen a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the football for the Detroit Lions, and that's still, despite that, the Detroit Lions have been able to get the stop over Minnesota. So in this game, the Minnesota Vikings, guys, in this game, Sam Darnold has completed 7 of 14 for 71. Not going to have a chance to call this. Let's call this play that's on the screen right now. Out of the I formation, there's a snap and a handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs going around the left-hand side. Gibbs will pick up about 5 yards. That's good for a 2nd down and 5. 2nd down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. Okay. 2nd down and 5. The Detroit Lions are up to the 8-yard line here. They took, for those of y'all who forgot and why we are out here all the way at the 3-yard line, again, they went for it on 4th down. The Minnesota Vikings went for it on 4th down on their own 3-yard line. They could not convert. First play from the 3 coming back after that. The Detroit Lions pick up 5 yards. Here's the 2nd down and 5. The blitz coming in again. Jared Goff will wind up and throw. This one, is this going to be a safety? They're going to say incomplete pass right there. They're going to say incomplete pass right there. Jared Goff trying to claim that this is an intentional grounding. The officials trying to say that this is intentional grounding. They're talking about it. 4 officials having a conversation here to find out what the flag is going to be on this one. Let's find out what this flag is, guys. So there is no foul for intentional grounding. The pass is incomplete on 3rd down and 5 from the 8. This does bring up a 3rd down. So 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Detroit Lions. Very, very close to getting bagged right there. Jared Goff winds up, and it looks like he was looking downfield trying to get to someone. Anyways, 3rd down and 5 coming up. Here's the snap, looking left, throwing left. The catch is made just enough right there. On the left-hand side is Sam Laporta, a gain of 6 and a first down for the Detroit Lions on 3rd down and 5 from their own 8-yard line. A gain of 6 yards for Sam Laporta will move the football to the 14. So 1st and 10 from the 14. Detroit Lions with a 7-point lead. The score is 7-0, and Detroit Lions with the football. Here we go, 1st and 10. Lions have 2 timeouts remaining in the first half as we hit the 9-minute mark in this second quarter. Goff under center, takes the snap, will hand that one off. Jahmyr Gibbs, no gain there. Call it a gain of just 1. Gets the football up to the 15-yard line. This brings up a 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9 coming up right here. Not a safety. He got rid of the football before he was dropped down. That's okay. All right, guys, here we go. We've got ourselves a 2nd down and 9. Jared Goff did get rid of that football. They're showing the highlights once again. Either way, we are at the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 9. We've got ourselves a single back formation. Here's the snap and a handoff. This time around the right-hand side, up past the 20, still shy of the first down. This is a gain of 8 on 2nd down and 9. It should bring up a 3rd down and 1. So we should have ourselves a 3rd down here. And the football should be up to the Detroit Lions 23-yard line. Clock is hot. 8:05 left to go, guys. We got 1,400 people watching this live stream right now. I wonder if we can get this up to over 2,000. Either way, thank you guys for watching this with me. Cheers to you guys. Damn, how is this tea still that hot? 23-yard line, here we go. Motion on the field, that's a good thing though. Here's the snap. Jared Goff on the left-hand side will hand this one off, and Jahmyr Gibbs will push the pile, and Jahmyr Gibbs will pick up the first down here for the Detroit Lions. First down, Detroit. We got to end this one. Will the Lions score a touchdown on this drive? Will the Lions score a touchdown on this drive? Yes or no? Let's find out. All right, guys, 1st and 10. Single back formation from the 26-yard line. Jared Goff takes the snap. Goff in trouble. That is tipped in the air. It is intercepted by the Minnesota Vikings. And the Vikings get the football back. It'll be at the 5-yard line. And the Vikings strike again. First down, Minnesota. This team here for the Minnesota Vikings, guys. How about that? Looks like it is picked off there by Ivan Pace. It is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Jared Goff winding up and throwing that football. The blitz coming in finally. They create the turnover that they were hoping for. Here is that comparison one more time, guys. This is the #1 team in the NFL when it comes to getting turnovers, and they got one today. Move that up to 32. By the way, 3rd best team in the NFL when it comes to sacks. And here is the offense for the Minnesota Vikings out there on the field right now. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line, from the 7-yard line. Sam Darnold stepping back, calling a quick audible. We've got an empty backfield. Here's the snap. Darnold looking right. Darnold in trouble. Darnold will wind up and fire. That is swatted down. The pass is incomplete. 2nd down coming up right now. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Almost a pick 6 there. Almost a pick 6. It was just a pick. They still needed the 6. Anyways, great interception nevertheless. This does put them in field goal range. Maybe they won't at this point make the same mistake, and if it comes down to it, they should just take the 3 points regardless. The first play here was incomplete. This does bring up a 2nd down and goal. Football does remain at the 7. We are inside the red zone, guys. Here we go, Minnesota with the football. Under center is Sam Darnold. Here is the snap, a little play action. And Darnold facing the blitz will fire again, up and not caught by J.J. Justin Jefferson. It hits him in the hands. The pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 7. Hey, Darnold. I told Christina I would drop that one. She was saying, oh, that reminds me of Hey Arnold. And then I realized that he's a quarterback in the NFL, and I was like, oh, yeah, he probably is a football head. Anyways, all right, guys, here we go. 3rd down and goal coming up here from the 7-yard line for the Minnesota Vikings. They're showing Justin Jefferson's stats right now. We've got a shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. Minnesota with the football at the 7, looks right, throws right, this one over the head of Justin Jefferson. 3 targets for Justin Jefferson in the red zone. All 3 of them incomplete. And now it's a 4th down and 7, and they should take the field goal here. Man, what were the chances of that? Okay, guys, that is an incomplete right there. This does bring up a 4th down. We are going to get a field goal out here. Field goal unit lined up to kick this one for the Minnesota Vikings. We are going to get a 25-yard field goal attempt, this time from the left hash. There is the snap, right guard's kick. Oh, that got close to going off the crossbar, but it is good, and the score is now 3-7. Minnesota Vikings trail as we hit 6.5 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter. All right, guys, the score is now 3-7. At least the Vikings got points. I didn't do my sound alert for the field goal. I think we got to do one for field goals and another one for touchdowns. Either way, we're back to a commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Appreciate y'all being here. Do not go anywhere during halftime. We are going to have the trivia quiz, and it is going to be a good one. I hope you guys are ready for it. I am going to fire up a trivia quiz for you guys. Don't y'all worry. We've got that coming up in a few minutes. But right now, you guys are watching Football Nation. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back, guys. I love what I'm doing right now. I really, really enjoy doing these live streams with you guys. So, let's see. All right, guys, let's take a quick look. Let's see what's going on in this chat area. You know we like to read the stats or the chats when we go into commercial break. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like we've got the young Dakota trying to get a message across over here. Dakota saying, well, Dakota, here's your chance. If you have something to say, again, while we're in the middle of a commercial break, this is the time to do it. Don't wait until I'm calling games to drop comments, because you will be lucky if I read your comment and you're trying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm calling the game, right? So I hope you keep trying. Now is the time to leave the comment, not when we're calling the game. Shout out to those of you who are commenting right now. DJ Butler saying like and subscribe. James saying defense. From now on, Vikings should just go for it if the kicker going to kick like that. I mean, he still made it though, right? Road to 30K. Let's effing go. What's going on, Kenneth? He says hello, Mr. Mario. What's up, Kenneth? Good to have you in here. All right. Let's see. We got defense is cooking tonight, says Jared. Waffle saying, hi, how are you? I am doing very well. JT saying, give us a sneak peek to what you'll be doing on the offseason. Ah, JT, thank you for bringing that up. So what I'll be doing during the offseason is available to see for members only. Otherwise, if you're not a channel member, you're not going to get the privilege of seeing that just yet. You'll have to see it as it comes out. But one of the perks of being a channel member is that you guys will get to see not just the behind the scenes on Football Nation, but sneak peek access to a lot of stuff. So if you want to see some of that stuff, you will have to become a channel member. We do have hundreds of channel members right now on this channel helping support, and thank you guys to those of you who are channel members. Anybody who's got a little star or a different color name next to them, that is going to indicate if you're a channel member or not. Also, it does help draw my attention to the screen. You can see that for every 4 or 5 colorless ones, we do get one in color, and when we have one in color, naturally, because that's how humans work, my eye is drawn to those comments. But emojis help, caps locks help. If you guys really, really want to call out to me, you can always leave a super chat. I'm never saying that you guys have to leave a super chat for me to read your comments, but if you leave one, I am guaranteed to read that one, just so you guys know. Now, I love reading this and connecting with you guys. Joe asking, do you do the NBA as well? I could do the NBA, but right now we're sticking to NFL until the season is over. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's get back to the action. If I didn't have a chance to read your comment, I apologize now. Here's the snap on 1st and 10. This is a connection there. A pass and a catch. Tim Patrick, a gain of 8. This does bring up a 2nd down and 2. Second down coming up right here. Detroit Lions with the football up to the 38-yard line. Change your purple tie to blue. Honestly, I debated on whether or not I was going to wear the purple tie. I'm actually wondering if this is hurting the viewership right now, wearing the purple tie. But either way, we're committed now. We're in it. We got a second down and 2 coming up from the 38-yard line. There's the snap. Detroit Lions with the football. Jared Goff will wind up and connect with Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 45-yard line up to the 49-yard line. A big gain there and a first down for the Detroit Lions. First down, Detroit. This gets the football up to the 49. First and 10 coming up shy of midfield right now. CJ Spinnin, shout out to you. Thanks for checking in. All right, guys. We've got ourselves a snap from the 49-yard line. Here's the snap and the handoff. This time around the left-hand side. It is a gain of about 3 yards. This brings up a second down and 7 now. Second down coming up. A second down coming up right here for the Detroit Lions. I wonder. Let's start a new poll. Here we go, second down and 7. Will the Vikings get another sack on this drive? What do y'all think? Can the Vikings defense create enough pressure to get to Jared Goff here? Here's the snap. There's the handoff. This time wrapped up there is Jahmyr Gibbs. He is down. He is upset that he got tackled on that one. With, understandably so. He had a lot of daylight there. His foot got wrapped up. He goes down after picking up just 3 yards. They're going to call it a gain of 4. It was a second down and 7. A gain of 4 for Jahmyr Gibbs brings up a third down and 3. So third down coming up now. Third down coming up for the Detroit Lions, who do have the football. Detroit Lions with the ball. Minnesota Vikings on defense trying to get the stop. Here we go from the 44-yard line. There's a snap and a handoff this time. It looks like it'll be marked short. Fourth down and inches coming up right here. They're definitely going to go for it now. Blake Cashman, he's already got some blood on his elbow. This is going to be a gritty game. You guys know how that one goes. Y'all know how it goes. Okay. We've got 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. It is a fourth down and inches. The clock is hot. Play clock down to 10. Looks like the play clock has stopped. Officials maybe want to adjust the clock right now. Did someone call a timeout? Clock has stopped, guys. 3:42 remaining. Here we go. They're going to challenge the spot on this one. They're saying, guys, the Detroit Lions are challenging the ruling on the field. So they're saying that they think they got the first down. Yeah, that should be a first down for sure. Craig Reynolds should have picked up a first down right there. Instead, they marked it short. When we get back from this commercial break, that shouldn't take too long at all. All right, guys. So how's everybody doing? Let's do this one more time. Again, if y'all want to chat with me, here is a chance to do so. We're back to a commercial break. We'll go chat, then we'll go stat, and that should take us at least into the halftime show. So, guys, what's going on with you guys? Dakota, I just want to apologize for being a little rude. No need to apologize. Appreciate you, Dakota. Thanks for checking in, girl. I just love interacting with Mario when he reads chats. Well, I appreciate you checking in, Dakota. Thank you so much. Do appreciate you dropping a line for me. Shout out to you guys who are in the chat area right now. Goofball saying, I see. John Dietz saying Vikings brought Odin. Rage, the beast within. The refs always want to make these games longer. Show us your tats, Mario. Woo! Oh, you said tats. My bad, bro. Sorry. Okay, yeah. I got a couple. I got one on the inside. I got a scorpion on the rib right here. I got scorpion piece right there. We got a reptar on the backside. We've got a treble clef on the left calf. We got the, this is called an alchemy circle, guys, with the family zodiac in here. We got the geometric shapes. Got to love those. Let's see. We got, 4 roses, 2 red, 2 blue, 2 red for my mom and my sister, 2 blue for my dad and my brother. This is a piece of my life. I love to explore. That's why this tattoo says explore. It is a globe. Of course, I have a bit of a, although my face, and I don't know. I brown pretty well. My family is Dominican, so. Okay, Kenneth Checking in right now saying, I love this effing chat. Michael saying, do you think you'll be able to cover some baseball games this spring? Maybe. We'll see how that goes. What's going on? Boss Itch saying, hey, from Germany. What's going on, boss? Good to have you in here. Wait, what? The reason why they're in Minnesota, that's the reason why they're in Minnesota. Why they are the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. I think this one. Okay, they're saying that this is not going to be overturned right now. That's pretty weird. Have a good one, Reggio. Thanks for checking in. Tampa on a good day can play with anyone. On a bad day, they can lose to anyone. This will be fun to watch, says Richard. Jerry saying the Lions were originally from Portsmouth, Ohio. They were the Portsmouth, Ohio Spartans. I did ask that question on my trivia quizzes. All right, guys, here we go. There's the snap. Little play action. Dropping back. Winds up and throws. That is incomplete. Well, here's my argument to you, Scott Williamson. He says not supposed to mark up your body. It's God's temple is what he says. That being said, don't churches have stainless, or don't churches have painted windows? If it's God's temple, and I'm not trying to open up a can of worms, but that being said, there is art in church. Have you ever been to the Cathedral of Notre Dame? I promise you, there is a lot of church. In the Sistine Chapel, the entire ceiling is painted. So saying that you shouldn't paint your body is not necessarily a valid argument. Just based off of that alone, I'm going to drop it. This channel is not going to bring that up. We're going to go ahead and move on. But that is my argument on that. Stained glass. Thank you. It is stained glass. Appreciate that. Here we go, guys. 1st and 10 coming up right now. The Minnesota Vikings have the football back. Here's the snap. There is the handoff. And this time, no gain. I must have missed a play call right there, guys. Looks like they did decide to punt that football back. It was signaled a fair catch. 1st and 10 coming up right now. I'm going to step away from the comments because I got distracted and I missed a step right there. I apologize on that punt. Minnesota Vikings got the football back, guys. Okay. 2nd down and 8 coming up right now. An I formation from the 44-yard line. Motion on the field. Here is the snap. Little play action right there. Sam Darnold has to scramble. He's running for his life on the left-hand side. He puts the football on the correct side. Great football IQ from Sam Darnold as he goes to the left-hand side of the field. He's right-handed. He moved the football into his left hand, knowing that if the ball fumbles out, it'll pop out and go out into the sideline. So great job right there. All right, guys, 3rd down coming up. We got ourselves a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. Here we go. A 3rd down and 6 for the Minnesota Vikings. Football comes before tattoos. I got distracted from the last chat break. Guys, when we go to the next commercial break, it'll probably be the 2-minute warning, and I'm going to read some stats. We're going to step away from the chat, so if I don't get a chance to interact with you guys, I'm letting you know now. Here we go, 3rd down and 6 from the 46. A shotgun formation for the Minnesota Vikings. There is the snap. Sam Darnold will wind up and throw. The catch is made here. This time inside the 40, down at the 36. A big gain there. Jalen Naylor for 18 yards. 1st down, Minnesota. 1st down for the Vikings. Let's go. This does take us to the 2-minute warning, so let's talk some stats. All right, guys, here's the head-to-head comparison between these two quarterbacks. Now, I'm just saying, the Minnesota Vikings, guys, they have a chance at winning this game. Sam Darnold, 4,000 passing yards coming into this one. Yes, Jared Goff has more. I will give it to Jared Goff. But these 200 additional rushing yards puts him pretty close to these numbers for Jared Goff. Give or take about 50 total yards there. Maybe about 100 yards. Over 16 games, I'm not worried about that. It's about 5 extra yards per game that Jared Goff is slinging over Sam Darnold. Those are just the facts. They also have the exact same total number of touchdowns at 36. And right now in today's game, neither of them have a passing touchdown here today. So both of them remain at 36 after we hit the 2-minute warning here. We've also got we've got 12 interceptions on one side for Sam Darnold, just 10 interceptions on the other side for Jared Goff, so he does have the edge there. Goff also has a higher accuracy, but just by 3 points. It's not that big of a difference. The one issue for Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings is pass protection. Sam Darnold has been bagged a lot this season. Meanwhile, the offensive line for the Detroit Lions have done a great job of keeping Jared Goff up on his feet and not running for his life like Caleb Williams or Sam Darnold over here. Goff does have the higher passer rating thanks to his offensive line and his accuracy. That offensive line buys him additional time. That is why play after play, those of you who are able to watch this game right now, you will notice that play after play after play, the Minnesota Vikings are throwing blitzes at Jared Goff. They've thrown a ton of blitzes at Jared Goff today, trying to get him to make mistakes. They did get the football back, and on that fumble recovery there, or on that interception, the Minnesota Vikings were able to score 3 points. Here they are again, the Minnesota Vikings inside of Detroit Lions territory. We are in the middle of a commercial break, guys. When we get back from the commercial break, we will have a 1st and 10. This is the 2-minute warning. I promise you, you're not missing any of the action, guys. I'm here to call every snap, every play, and every down. Again, I did say we were going to read the stats during this one right here, so I have not read the chats. That is by design, guys. If you're leaving those comments out there, I do appreciate y'all. Okay, guys, the winner of this game. The winner of this game will get the bye week for the NFC. This is the playoff picture as it stands. And the NFC playoff picture, this is going to be the difference here. Whether you get the week off or whether you got to go right back to work next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 1st and 10 coming up right now. Let's get back to it. Detroit Lions with the football. No, excuse me. Minnesota Vikings with the football in Detroit Lions territory. Here's the snap. There's the handoff to the right-hand side. And this time, Aaron Jones doesn't like it. He spins around and comes back the other way. This brings up a 2nd down and 5 after the gain of 5. Let's effing go. Thank you, Rage. I see that out there. Also, if you type at Football Nation, it also gives me a big orange bar to see out there. So if you type at Football Nation, I typically can see that. Okay, guys, 2nd down and 5 coming up right now. Sacks are not always the offensive line problem. You were right about that, believer. Here we go, offset I formation. This time from the 31-yard line. There's the throw, a toss to the right-hand side. Aaron Jones finds the crease. Aaron Jones gets up to the 21. There's a flag on the play. Let's find out what this flag is as Aaron Jones dusts himself off and points to the 1st down. Let's see if they picked it up or if this flag will bring that back. Here we go. It's going to be against the Detroit Lions, guys. It looks like a holding on the defense out there. It's going to be a holding on the defense. 5 yards added on to the end of the run and an automatic 1st down, guys. Automatic 1st down. And this takes us inside the red zone. Guess what that means? 1st down, Minnesota. And the Minnesota Vikings with 1:16 remaining. Mind you, there was a penalty on that one, so a 10-second runoff there. Here we go. We got a 1st and 10 coming up. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. Red zone efficiency through 17 weeks, they 60% inside the red zone. Tonight they're 0 for 2. Let's see if they can get the job done here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 on the right. Here is the snap. There is the handoff. A handoff to Aaron Jones is a gain of about 1 yard, maybe no gain at all. This does bring up a 2nd down. So about a 2nd down and 9 coming up here. 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. Football to the 27. 2nd down and 9, football to the 27. Let's see if Sam Darnold can get the job done here. Here's the snap. And I don't know why I'm saying the 27, it's the 17. And this is a throw and a catch made once again by Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones makes another grab, football up to the 14-yard line. Minnesota Vikings trail right now. They do have the football. All 3 timeouts. 30 seconds remaining. What are they going to do here? Timeout going to be called. They're taking it down inside 30 seconds. Looks like Minnesota wants to talk this one over. So the first timeout of the half going to be taken by the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, guys. Timeout called right here. 30-second break. Over here on the right-hand side, guys, take a look at the box score. If this looks too small for y'all, put your fingers on the screen and just zoom on in. Just zoom in. Super simple. Just zoom in on the right-hand side. This should help paint a clearer picture of how this is going. Number 1 wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. No surprise there. It is Justin Jefferson. Number 1 wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. No surprise there. It is ASB, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Here we go, a 3rd down and 6. 28 seconds remaining. 3rd down and 6 coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. The football at the 14. Sam Darnold takes the snap. Darnold in trouble. He will wind up and throw. Nobody in the area. This brings up a 4th down and 5. And the Detroit Lions get the stop here. Minnesota Vikings will have to kick another field goal, and this will make it a 1-point game should he knock this one back. Here come the Minnesota Vikings to kick the field goal. They are not going to go for it again. Can't wait for the Football Nation football quiz. Here we go. Field goal attempt coming up. A 31-yard field goal attempt from the left hash, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting for the snap right now. There's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is now 6-7. Let's give him their celebration. All right, guys. Where are y'all at? So, we've got a really close game here. Both defenses stepping up. The Detroit Lions defense looking very good inside the red zone there. The Minnesota Vikings are now 0 for 3 on red zone drives, which is not great. That being said, defensively, guys, on 3rd down efficiency, this is the best team in all of football. The Detroit Lions are defensively at stopping them on 3rd downs and inside the red zone. A top 12 team as well, giving up success rate to opposing offenses at 55%. So a 55% success rate there for opposing offenses playing against this Detroit Lions team. I see you out there, Jerry, saying at Football Nation, points are premium. They sure are, ladies and gentlemen. The points are premium. On that drive, not able to do a whole lot. The Minnesota Vikings have broken up as follows, guys. Sam Darnold, 9 of 20 today for 93 yards, 3 fantasy points today. Aaron Jones, 7 rushing attempts, good for 32 yards. They're kicking this football back. That one is going to go out of bounds. That was a shanked kick right there. A bad kick over there. There's going to be a flag on this one. That kick goes out of bounds. Kicking team, guys. Here we go. So the football is now up to the 40. Guys, y'all remember yesterday, or was that earlier today, where the kick went out of bounds and they put them on the 25, and I was like, what are you doing? Why? Well, this is the way it should be. It's a 1st and 10 at the 40. The Detroit Lions offense gets the football after the bad kick there. Detroit Lions offense on the field. Let's go ahead and bring up the drive chart one more time. We've got a 1st and 10. That does put them close to field goal range. They only need 20 yards. Jared Goff out of the empty backfield will wind up and fire. Jared Goff connects there with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he goes out of bounds. That is going to be a big gain, and the Detroit Lions might be able to kick this field goal after all. A big 1st down for Detroit. Let's effing go. I'll stop saying that. I don't want to overwork it. I'm going to get a St. Brown jersey. I've actually got one off of Temu. Don't buy a jersey off of Temu. You will feel embarrassed to wear it. Okay, guys. Here we go. Shotgun formation from the 41. Jared Goff will wind up and throw. This will get them closer to field goal range. That is a catch made by Khalif Raymond. Timeout will be taken. Dan Campbell saying, you know what, just chill, everybody. 3 seconds, 2 seconds left to go. Timeout going to be taken. He's saying field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. Dan Campbell bringing out the Bates. Bringing out Bates Motel. Let's see if he can knock this one back. This will be a field goal attempt. Maybe Minnesota will try to ice the kicker here. Jake Bates, guys, so far this season has made 25 of 28. That is 89% success rate for field goals. Yeah, country, do not buy a Temu jersey. Yeah, they're $20, but trust me, they're $20. I also have, it is an Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. I think it's in the closet. You can tell the difference on what's real and what's not. Okay, we're still waiting here. Jake Bates out there on the field. Now we're lined up for it, guys. This is going to be a high-pressure kick here. Let's see if he can knock this one back. High pressure kick. Timeout going to be called. Looks like the Minnesota Vikings will use their second timeout. Minnesota Vikings going to use their second timeout. We are a few moments away from halftime, and I've got the trivia quiz for you guys coming up here. I hope you guys are ready for it. I am. I personally am. Is there anything good to buy on Temu? I don't know. I don't know. Mario, the Rams will play the loser of it. They'll play the winner of this game. Disc golf. I don't have them listed as that, by the way. All right, guys, here it is. The 48-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up. The kick is good. And that takes us to halftime. Here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and go straight into our trivia quiz. Let's do this. I hope you guys are ready. Let's see who wins. We're going to name a champion of the chat. I hope you guys are ready. All right, guys, this is how this works. A, B, or C questions. I'm going to ask you some pretty basic stuff right now. I'm going to ask you some pretty basic stuff. Maybe not so basic, but either way, we're going to test your knowledge on both of these teams. Let's try to crash the YouTube servers. All right, guys, who holds the Vikings franchise record for the most passing yards in one single season? Is it A, Sam Darnold? Is it B, Dante Culpepper? Or is it C, Kirk Cousins? What do you guys think it is? Is it A, is it B, or is it C who holds the franchise record for the most passing yards in a single season? Is it A, is it B, or is it C? The answer is Dante Culpepper, guys. Dante Culpepper threw for 4,717 yards. 4,417 yards, guys. Dante Culpepper at the top of that table there. At least according to what I was looking at, maybe I got my stats from the wrong place, but that's what I saw when I looked it up. All right, guys, here we go. According to the Detroit Lions official webpage, what is Rory the Lion's favorite book? Is it A, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Is it B, The Jungle Book? Or is it C, The Wizard of Oz? Is it A, is it B, or is it C? By the way, for the previous one, it is Dante Culpepper. Kirk Cousins' highest record for a season was 4,500 yards. Dante Culpepper in 2004, 4,717. Anyways, the answer to question number 2, according to the official page, guys, it is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Obviously, with Aslan the Lion, he's going to want to be the ruler. I almost put in the Lion King to try and throw you guys off, but I felt like it would be a little more fun to bring in some different ones in here. All right, guys, here we go. Which Minnesota Vikings player is responsible for the most iconic wrong way play in NFL history? I did ask this one last week. In case you guys forgot, I did move around some of these answer choices. Is it A, Jim Marshall? Is it B, E.J. Henderson? Or is it C, Antoine Winfield? Ladies and gentlemen, is it A, is it B, or is it C? The answer coming up in just a moment here. The answer is Jim Marshall, guys. In October of 1964, during a game against the 49ers, he caught a 66-yard pass and ran the wrong direction to the end zone, scoring a safety instead of a touchdown. All right, guys, who is the only Detroit Lions player to have a 99-yard receiving touchdown? There's only one in history. Is it A, Calvin Johnson? Is it B, Pat Studstill? Or is it C, Dan Lewis? What do you guys think? Is it A, is it B, or is it C? Y'all listening on that side? That's so good. All right, let's go, guys. The answer to this one is Pat Studstill, guys. The only player. Now, this was way back in the day against the Baltimore Colts. A 99-yard receiving touchdown to Pat Studstill. That was back in 1966. That came off of the arm of Carl Sweeten. Way back in the day. That is even before my time. I wonder how many of you guys got that one right. Here we go, guys. Which NFC North division rival? Which NFC North division rival have the Minnesota Vikings beaten the most? Oh, that's a fun one. Is it A, the Detroit Lions? Is it B, the Green Bay Packers? Or is it C, the Chicago Bears? Which opponent have they beaten the most, guys? Is it A, is it B, or is it C? The answer coming up in just a couple seconds. You know what's funny? is that the answer is the Detroit Lions. Lions fans, sorry to say that, but the Minnesota Vikings have beaten the Detroit Lions more than they've beaten any other team in the division. 80 times they have won against the Detroit Lions. I thought I would just throw that out there for you guys. All right, guys, question number 6. Which of these famous rappers is not a Detroit Lions fan? Is it A, Eminem? Is it B, Kendrick Lamar? Or is it C, Big Sean? Which of these guys is not? Okay, guys. So, the answer to this one is Kendrick Lamar. You can see Big Sean and Eminem both wearing their swag up there. They're both wearing their Detroit Lions colors. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar, definitely not a Detroit Lions fan. He was born in Compton, California. That is not his speed. He's not Detroit born. So that is the answer to question number 6. Let's move on to question number 7, guys. Which Vikings player holds the Vikings franchise record for the most rushing yards in a single season? Is it A, Dalvin Cook? Is it B, Adrian Peterson? Or is it C, Robert Smith? Is it Dalvin Cook, Adrian Peterson, or Robert Smith? The answer coming up in just a moment. You guys should know the answer to this one. It's a pretty obvious one. No trick question right here. Definitely no trick question. The answer is Adrian Peterson, guys. The answer is Adrian Peterson. He did score. He did pick up 2,097 rushing yards back in 2012. Guys, keep that in mind. He is one of the greatest of all time. AP is that guy. All right, guys, 3 more questions. Here comes question number 8. Question number 8. Which of these Detroit Lions players currently leads the team in total first downs this season? Is it A, David Montgomery? Is it B, Amon-Ra St. Brown? Or is it C, Jahmyr Gibbs? Which of these Detroit Lions players currently leads the team in total first downs? Is it David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Jahmyr Gibbs? The answer coming up here in just a moment. Yo, send me that because I'm going to splice it with this video here. All right, guys, the answer is Jahmyr Gibbs right now. He definitely has the most first downs, over 80 first downs, a ton of them on the ground, a couple extra through the air. He does lead the team in that category in first down pickups. 2 more left to go, guys. Here's question number 9. Which Minnesota Vikings player went on to become Supreme Court Justice after football? Yeah, they've done it here too, guys. Which Minnesota Vikings player went on to become a Supreme Court Justice after playing football? Is it A, Chris Dolman? Is it B, Alan Page? Or is it C, John Randall? Supreme Court Justice, what do you think? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is B, Alan Page. Alan Page, guys, did become a Supreme Court Justice of Montana. So the Montana Supreme Court Justice. He was a Minnesota Vikings player from 1967 to 1978, and he went on to bigger and better things after football. Final question, guys. Last one here. Which active Detroit Lions player just released a music album called Rem Files? Is it A, Brian Branch? Is it B, Aleem McNeil? Or is it C, Kirby Joseph? One of these guys who is currently on this roster just released a music album. You can find it on Spotify. It is called Rem Files. Is it A, is it B, or is it C? The answer is B. The answer is Aleem McNeil, guys. The answer is Aleem McNeil. He did just drop that file, that album, not too long ago. There's not a whole lot of information on there, but I did listen to a couple of songs. It's actually not that bad. Would you believe that he did that? Anyways, guys, that is it. That is all I have for you guys. Thank y'all so much for playing this trivia quiz with me today. All right, guys, y'all are awesome. How did we do on the trivia? How did you guys do on the trivia? Is it A, is it B, or is it C? Looks like the answer is good, bad, or ugly. Looks like Coldest got 9 out of 10. Good job, bro. And Micah got 9 out of 10. Congratulations. If you got 9 or more, Congratulations. And they always say congratulations. That Red Bull definitely did something, Christina. I'm going to finish this. We're going to finish this. Burp, 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 burp. All right, guys. Pick'ems did not go great for a lot of people. The Pick'ems did not go great for a lot of people. The first two games, kind of a split right there. The first two games, kind of a split. The Bengals got the win over here. Most of us were still on board after that. But then this game here with the Panthers winning in overtime knocked out about 95% of y'all. And then a lot of us got this one right. But then after that, the following game, the Chicago Bears upset the Green Bay Packers. That knocked out the remaining like 4 out of 5. Then we had one person who was left over who wasn't able to get this one here correct as the New England Patriots get the win over the Buffalo Bills. What on earth, man? A very tough week for Pick'ems. We did not get a winner. It was a $300 giveaway this week, man. A $300 giveaway this week. And no winners today. We're going to figure out what we're going to do here moving forward. Maybe we'll sprinkle those out. That bucket that we now have, we're probably going to sprinkle that out over these next few games. We might even spin the wheel. Who knows, man? But we're going to be giving out some swag during the off season. If you guys are interested in picking up some free stuff, guys, please sign up on my website, www.footballnationusa.com. Father Time saying to donate it. I could definitely add that to the end of the January one here. We could definitely do that donation to charity. Okay, guys. We have done multiple donations on this channel so far. This month, guys, last month we did Toys for Tots. That was for December. The month before that, we did the Wounded Warriors program. The month before that, we did the Cancer Society of America, or the American Cancer Society. And the time before that, we did the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We are circling back around. And this month for January, 10% of every Super Chat will be going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I still have to show you guys my receipts for last month. I'm not just going to say that I'm going to do that and not do it. We're talking about giving toys to children here and doing a lot more than just that. So, yes, I'm going to post those receipts here in the next couple of days, guys. We're going to have Monday, Tuesday off. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off from actual games. Thursday, we've got college football playoffs. Friday, we've got college football playoffs, and then starting Saturday, a long weekend here as we've got 6 games between Saturday and Monday. Football schedule will be releasing here pretty shortly. Who do I got winning this game? Well, at the start of this game, I was leaning towards the Minnesota Vikings. But you guys know me, man. The most important thing for me is that we just get a good game, and so far, it has been a good game. The score right now is 6-10, and when we get back from the commercial break, we are going to have a kickoff here. When we get back, it'll be the end of halftime, guys, to open up the game. To open up the game, it looks like the Detroit Lions got the football, so Minnesota Vikings should get the football to start the second half here. The Minnesota Vikings should get the football to start the second half. And, yeah, let's just leave it at that. Okay, still in the middle of this halftime break. Let's talk about what we saw during the first half here, guys. During the first half, the Detroit Lions, y'all, they were able to move the football 159 yards. So 159 yards today for the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff having a big part of that. Of those 159, Jared Goff completed 13 of 17 today for 115. 1 interception. He's only got 2 fantasy points today. That is not good. Jahmyr Gibbs has been doing okay, though. Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 rushing attempts. Has 42 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 12 fantasy points for him. How about we look at the pass catchers today for the Detroit Lions? On one side, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3 targets, 3 receptions, has caught every pass thrown his way, 53 receiving yards. Sam Laporta as the number 2 pass catcher on this team, 3 targets, 3 receptions, good for 21 receiving yards. Jamison Williams down over here, guys. Jamison Williams, 3 targets, 2 receptions, good for looks like 17 yards, and I could use a shot of Jamison myself, but we'll save that for later. Phrasing? Should I work on that? Maybe I should never say that again. Let's move on. Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Vikings offense. The Minnesota Vikings, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold 9 of 20 today. He's good for 93 passing yards. He's got 3 fantasy points. So 3 fantasy points today for Sam Darnold. Not great numbers there either. Aaron Jones out here, guys. Aaron Jones, 7 rushing attempts, good for 32 yards. Christina, I see you out there. Matthew B checking into the conversation. He says, let's all go to other streams and say, I'm going back to Football Nation. It's better there. Appreciate you, Matthew. Appreciate that, man. Fist bump for that comment. Let's go, bro. All right, guys. Justin Jefferson today, 6 targets, 2 receptions. Not great numbers on that aspect, but he does have 37 receiving yards, 5 fantasy points today. Jalen Naylor is going to be the wide receiver number 2. By the way, please don't do that. I'm trying to make friends on YouTube, not enemies. So, yeah, if you guys are out there and you want to just throw a raid at one of those guys, that's fine. But don't tell them anything negative. I'd like to get on some of these guys' radars for a good reason, not a bad one. Okay, guys. 30 minutes left to go in this football game. This is the start of the second half. This is going back to the Minnesota Vikings, and we will start this one here at the 30-yard line with a touchback. Minnesota Vikings going to start this drive here, the second half, open up the second half with a touchback. We got about 1,200 people watching this live stream right now. Got about 1,200 people watching this live stream right now. Savannah over there fanning herself off while Dan Campbell is on screen. I don't get it, but apparently she's into Dan Campbell. All right. At Football Nation, the Mount Union University of Ohio playing for the NCAA Division III championship, says Jerry. Thanks for the heads up, Jerry. 1st and 10 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. We're back from halftime. Let's see what happens here. We've got motion on the field. There is the snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. This time it's a gain of about 2 yards right there as Cam Akers brings up a 2nd down and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. If someone walked into a bar around here with a Vikings shirt on, we would attack. At Football Nation, I see that comment there. All right, guys, I'm going to step away from the comment box for just a moment. Let's call these plays as they're happening. 2nd down and 8 for the Minnesota Vikings. There's the snap. Sam Darnold going to air this one out. I think it was a choice route there, a miscommunication for sure. Jordan Addison did a comeback route instead of a go route. And that is a football that was thrown way downfield. The pass was incomplete. Here we go. What are you guys snickering about over there? Y'all are throwing me out of whack, man. It's okay. No. Hang out with me. Please stay. Please stay. Please stay. Third down, guys. 3rd down and 8. Motion on the field. Justin Jefferson, the man in motion. Here's the snap out of the shotgun. Sam Darnold feeling the blitz come in. Sam Darnold will wind up and throw. Justin Jefferson, the intended receiver. Flags coming in. Multiple flags. They're going to call illegal contact on this one. It'll be illegal contact on Brian Branch. Not going to be a DPI. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it will be a 1st down here. A 1st down for the Minnesota Vikings. Automatic 1st down. 1st down. Here we go, Minnesota Vikings. All right, now let's go defense, says Jonathan. Well, let's find out, guys. We're starting the second half here, and let's see what you guys think. Will Minnesota score a touchdown on this drive? Yes or no? What do y'all think? I might have misspelled a word on there. Yeah, will Minnesota store instead of score? Replace the T with the C. Here we go. We've got ourselves a 1st and 10 coming up from the Minnesota Vikings' own 37. Sam Darnold under center. There's the snap, a little play action. Dropping back. Darnold in the pocket will wind up and throw. The pass is incomplete. Intended for Jordan Addison. This will bring up a 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down coming up right now. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings with 14:22 left to go. This does stop the clock. The clock has stopped on the incomplete pass. Minnesota 14 wins. Detroit Lions 14 wins. This is going to be a close game. It already is. Here comes Aaron Jones. Either he's coming back onto the field or he's leaving the field. Aaron Jones going back to the locker room right now. 2nd down and 10. We got a single back formation with Cam Akers. in right now. Football up to the 38. There's the snap and a handoff. Cam Akers finding a lot of room to roam. The 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, down at the 5. A monster run of 58 yards and a first down there for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. A big first down picked up right there from Minnesota. Cam Akers splitting the defense on that run to the right-hand side. What a big play. First and goal from the 5. We are inside the red zone. All right, first and goal coming up here. Minnesota Vikings with the football at the 5-yard line. We got a shotgun formation waiting for the snap right now. There it is in a handoff. This time Cam Akers gets the carry. Cam Akers will go nowhere there. Looks like the Lions learned their lesson. This does bring up a second down, so second down and goal coming up here. Second and goal coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go. And it looks like Aaron Jones is coming back. Maybe he just had to take a bio break. This does bring up a second and goal from the 5-yard line. Let's see if they can punch this one in. The Minnesota Vikings, another trip to the red zone. This is their 4th drive to the red zone, guys. 4th drive to the red zone right now. They've kicked 2 field goals and lost one. Let's see if they can get it. So motion on the field, a little play action. This time looking left, throwing left. The catch is made by Aaron Jones up to the 2-yard line. This brings up a 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line. 3rd down and goal. Another trip to the red zone here. Let's see if they can get this one done. This is the 4th trip. Will they be able to score a touchdown here? Looks like 58% of you guys in the chat said yes. Let's see if you guys are right. Oh, man. Here it comes. A 3rd down and goal with 12 minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Sam Darnold under center, single back formation. Little play action there. Sam Darnold in trouble. He spins out to the left, winds up and throws to the end zone. The pass is just thrown away. Incomplete, brings up a 4th down. 4th and goal again, guys. Go for it or nah. 4th and goal, guys. This time from just the 2-yard line. Go for it or nah. What do you think? Taking points would make this a 1-point game. 1-point game. The next gen stats that are saying you should go for it. And they are lined up to go for it. It is a 4th down and goal. This is very familiar here. Last time they did this, they did not convert. Another trip here in the red zone. Sam Darnold surveying. Darnold in trouble. He scrambles to the right, winds up and fires. Intended for Jordan Addison. The pass is incomplete. And the turnover on downs. Lions got the football back. But you never know, man. You never know. Points are a premium. Jerry, you've said it tonight. I will echo that. You guys, most of y'all were wrong on that one. I hope that you guys don't take that personally. 57% of you said that it would be a touchdown on the drive. Instead, it is not. So the question becomes, will the Lions extend their lead on this drive? Their lead on this drive, yes or no? Will the Detroit Lions extend their lead on this drive? We go back to a commercial break. So, that was a really good drive, and unfortunately, once again, they're out there playing the Detroit Lions game. That is crazy to me, that Dan Campbell has that much influence on the Minnesota Vikings from across the dang field. You know that the Detroit Lions always go for it on 4th downs, but the Minnesota Vikings are not that team, and yet today, they've gone for it on 4th down multiple times, and they have not converted any of them. Both of those 4th down situations, 2 of them inside of the red zone at the 2-yard line, and they decided to go for it. The last one was at the 3-yard line. So a turnover on downs, guys, after this one. The Detroit Lions will get the football back, this time on their own 2. Let's see if the Vikings can get a sack here. Quick look at the playoff picture one more time, guys. Let's see, 4 versus 5. should be the matchup, but it really just depends. Hang on, let's take a look over here. Did I mix that up? It should be 4 versus 5 right now, isn't it? Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at the playoff picture here. Take a look at the bracket. I got the schedule over here. Okay, Commanders at Buccaneers. So the Commanders are facing number 3, 7 at 2. So the Buccaneers moved up. So the Buccaneers moved up to 3. The Rams slid down in 4. That is the correction that you were telling me. Okay, I see what you're saying, Disc Golf. I now understand. So I got to make that adjustment. The LA Rams slid down to number 4. So the Rams will now move up here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are actually the number 3 spot. And the Commanders and the Buccaneers will be going at it. Let's take a quick look and make that adjustment on my end of things so that I'm not confusing anybody. I'm going to do that now in real time on my end over here. Let's see. We got a 1st and 10 coming up now, guys. 1st and 10. There's the snap. A little play action. Jared Goff will wind up and throw this one way downfield, and it is intercepted. Just like that, the Minnesota Vikings will get the football back. Jared Goff throwing a deep shot downfield, and Jared Goff's pass is picked off. Wow, another interception there. Another interception there. I want to make sure that I get you guys the right information. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have moved up to number 3. The Rams slid down to number 4. Okay. Why would he even risk that? Because they were in their own end zone, Christina is asking. Guys, I'm making some adjustments to my playoff picture here. I want to make sure that nobody is thrown off by the graphics that I'm showing. I want to make sure that it is at least close to correct. And we're close, but not close enough, I suppose. Here we go, guys. 1st and 10 coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. We've got ourselves a single back formation. Here's the snap and a handoff on the left-hand side. This time, a gain of about, looks like 8 yards on that one. They're going to call it a gain of 7 for Aaron Jones. And we've got an injured, is that Terrion Arnold? We've got an injured Detroit Lion player down on the field right now, guys. 2nd down and 3 coming up, and we're going to have to make that adjustment there. Sorry for the awkward silence while I make the adjustments here. Looks like there is an injured player down on the field at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We do have an injury on the field right now. And that injury is indeed going to take us to a commercial break. In the meantime, come on, son of a gun. Okay. In the meantime, I'm updating my, let's go ahead and get that share. Let's download this one. We're going to download that file, just page 3. We're going to do that in 4K, try to get that as clean as possible. This does take us back to a quick commercial break, guys, as we do have an injury on the field right now. I'm trying to multitask right here, right now, doing the best that I can, but it seems to be working okay, actually. Let's go back to a commercial break. So, I'm going to read some of the chats, see what's going on with you guys. We're not going to read any of the stats right now. A chance for us to connect. Does anybody have any good questions for me? Anybody got any good questions that you guys are curious about? Think our current corner is hurt. It's pretty bad, Patricia. It's pretty bad. By the way, the Minnesota Vikings, had they kicked field goal after field goal, they would be up 12-10 right now. If the Vikings weren't trying to go for it on 4th down, they would have a 2-point lead, and they have the football after that 7-yard run right there. Am I going to be covering the NFL draft? I covered it last year, and I guess I hadn't been posting enough, so the algorithm wasn't picking me up and pushing me out. I will be covering the NFL draft this year in April. I think it's in April. That should be a good little midway point during the offseason to get back to it. Okay, we've got this comparison here, and this is wrong. Our boy Disc Golf out there corrected me, and I kind of said, no, I got it right. No, Disc Golf, you were right. I apologize for that. Let's get this right thanks to you. All right, guys. This is what it looks like instead. So, the Rams did slip down to number 4. Whoever wins this game gets the bye week. Whoever loses this game will go up against the Rams. We've got Commanders at Buccaneers out here, and we've got Packers at Eagles. So, I do appreciate you bringing that up. I'll message you in a second. I'll message you after this one. But shout out to you, Big Unk. What's going on? You still out there in Florida, sir? Miami's in this moment position. I don't know, man. The Detroit Lions or the Denver Broncos got their win, so it doesn't really matter. They did clinch. The playoff picture is all settled in right now. And it looks like Terrion Arnold is going to be helped to the sideline right there. They're showing an ankle sprain or an ankle injury. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a twist up there, and that's actually going to be friendly fire where he got hurt there. Here we go, shotgun formation. There's the snap. Vikings looking right. Vikings throwing right. Aaron Jones out of the backfield. Aaron Jones will pick up a first down there. First down for the Minnesota Vikings. Every time I say Minnesota Vikings, I want to sing Lizzo, but I know I can't. Because I can't, Christina. That's why, okay? Love you. Say what? Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get back to it. We've got ourselves a 1st and 10 this time. The Minnesota Vikings across midfield. Sam Darnold in trouble. Darnold throws that football, almost intercepted there. The pass is incomplete. This does bring up a 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. How about those Broncos, says Samson Grinder. What's up, Samson? Happy birthday to you, Big Unk. There's a flag on the play, guys. They're going to say intentional grounding here. This will be a huge penalty. So, repeat 2nd down, guys. Intentional grounding there for Sam Darnold. He was in the pocket as he threw that football into the dirt. The pass is incomplete. This brings up a 2nd down and 13. So, not only is it a loss of yardage, it's a loss of downs as well. So, intentional grounding there. 2nd down and 23 now coming up. That puts the Minnesota Vikings on their own 30-yard line. Here we go. All right, guys, the Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks, the final score in that game. The Rams did lose 25-30 to Seattle. Here we go, guys. That is why we got the flip-flop there. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers, 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, with a man standing to the right of Sam Darnold. 2nd down and 23. Darnold against the blitz will wind up and fire. Catch is made on the right-hand side. JJ picks up quite a few. Justin Jefferson, a gain of 17. 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Minnesota Vikings. 3rd down coming up here, guys. A 3rd down and 6 football to the 33-yard line. Darnold is playing like a New York Jet and scared to all heck, says the Disc Golf. Hey, Disc Golf, I apologize again, man. I thank you for correcting me, dude. I got that fixed. If you were here the whole time, shout out to you. If you were not, welcome back. Here we go. Shotgun formation motion on the field on the left-hand side. There's the snap. Darnold looks, throws, catch. Not going to be made on 3rd down and 6. 4th down coming up here. 4th down and 6. I don't even want to ask, go for it or not. The Minnesota Vikings should just kick this field goal. This should be just a field goal, guys. Okay. Let's start a poll. Who will win this game? Can we get to 2,200, guys, before 23.2? We only need 26 more subscribers. Here's a 51-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is now 9-10 Minnesota with 9, Detroit Lions with 10. Guys, if I've had your attention for at least 5 or 10 minutes and this is your first time watching Football Nation, I just ask that you guys stick around. If you guys feel like you are benefiting from this style of commentary, please hit that subscribe button so that this channel continues to grow. If you guys have commitment issues, I totally understand. Just hit the thumbs up button, hit the like on this video, and let's see how many more people the algorithm will push this out to. Shout out to y'all. Who will win this game? It's a 1-point game. Will it be Minnesota or will it be Detroit? What do you guys think? 9 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter here. Let's read some of these chats out here. Guys, we're back to a commercial break. We're going to read some chats, and then next time we'll go back to some additional stats. So if you guys are out there and you want to talk football with me, here is the opportunity to do so. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you guys just right now, if this is your first time watching, say hello, raise your hand, drop some emojis. If this is your first time, say hello, smiley face. Smiley face, got to say that. Smiley face. Let me know you guys are out there. If we don't have any first-timers, that's totally cool. But we are going to read some of these chats during this commercial break that we're in. Shout out to y'all. Goofball saying the Vikings are overrated. A lot of game left, says Eric Underwood. There is. Mia checking in saying, no, Vikings in overtime, says Steven. You had my attention when JT's dad. Check this out. What's going on, JT's dad? Good to have you in here, John. What's going on, man? We got John Leonard in the house. Shout out to JT's dad. Fist bump, John. What's going on, man? Thanks for messaging with me and sending me that email. I'm really looking forward to the offseason. Would love to interview a coach. I know you're not a football coach, but I know you are a coach, and that would be really cool to get coaches on this channel. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for checking in. All right. Dude, you had me at funsies, says Courtney. Who is new? We got Stay Traveling. What's going on, Stay Traveling? Kaio Ken saying hello. What is going on, guys? I did my movie with wife and daughter already, says Brian Westberg. What's going on, Brian? Runblade checking in right now. First timer. What's going on, Runblade? Thanks for checking in. Hello from Phyllis, says Mia. Cowboys draft Rodgers. I guess they'd pick him up. DJ saying, need some Lions energy from you, Mario? I got you, DJ. Here we go. All right, guys, the Detroit Lions are getting the football back. Will you root for the Houston Texans? I will root for the Houston Texans. I'm going to keep it impartial, but my heart is pulling for Houston. Here we go, guys. I'm going to step away from the chat. Thank you guys for commenting and communicating with me. Of course, for those of you who I did not have a chance to shout out to, appreciate you guys checking in and leaving comments out there. I really, really do appreciate y'all. Let's get back to the drive chart. Down below, I've got the drive chart for you guys. On the right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, we've got all of these beautiful statistics. I could zoom in on this, but it's going to mess up some things. You see that? Nobody wants that. So let's get this back to normal. Not going to be able to zoom in. The zooming in will be your responsibility. Put your fingers on the screen, and you can just zoom in like that. Just put your fingers on the screen and zoom in. If your phone is in full screen mode, of course. Thank you, the best Tom, for that $2 super chat. We got a 1st and 10 coming up from the 30-yard line. Detroit Lions with the football. Here's the snap. Jared Goff throws to the flat. Catch made on the left-hand side. A gain of 9. Brings up a 2nd down as Jahmyr Gibbs picks up some yardage out there. Jahmyr Gibbs with a gain of 9 brings up a 2nd down and 1. Can the Detroit Lions score on this drive? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Will the Detroit Lions score a touchdown here? The score is 10-9. Detroit with a 1-point lead, a 2nd down and 1, and the football in hand. Shy of their own 40-yard line. Here we go. Here is the snap and a handoff. Looks like this time patiently surveying, getting a little help from his friends right there. Jahmyr Gibbs will pick up enough for the 1st down as Penny Sewell pushes him across the line right there. That is good for a Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st down for Detroit. Okay, guys. Detroit Lions looking to pick it up. We've got a 1st and 10 coming up for Detroit at the 41-yard line. Here is the snap. A throw to the right-hand side. A gain of about 6 right there from Sam Laporta. Looks like most of y'all are saying yes. Mongo's saying no. Courtney dropping the letter M. That's a trip. We've got Matthew checking in saying I hope not, and T-Mac saying nope. We've got an injured Phillips. I was going to say Philadelphia player. That's not right. It's Minnesota. Minnesota is out on the field. Phillips is down right now. He gets up. Looks like something poked him in the eye, or maybe his contact lens just came out right now. Yeah, even NFL players wear contact lenses, although they all have enough money to get LASIK surgery, but it is an invasive surgery. Not the point. Not even what we're talking about. Right now, we've got a 2nd down and 3 coming up. The football to the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield. Let's see what we dial up here. 2nd down and 3. 48-yard line, shy of midfield. Jared Goff under center, one single back behind him. Here is the snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. Fighting to pick it up. Jahmyr Gibbs does get it. Van Ginkel pushed him forward. He probably should have pulled him back. Anyways, that will end up bringing up a 1st down right there. 1st down picked up right here for the Detroit Lions. 1st down. Lions fans, where's that roar? I haven't seen any roars out there from the Detroit Lions fans. Are you guys still out there? Do we have Lions fans out there right now? Here we go. There it is. I see you, Major. All right, guys. Single back formation with the man in motion. There's the eye candy, the throw to the eye candy. The grab is made in the backfield, and Jameson Williams will be tackled for a loss of 5 on 1st down and 10. This brings up a 2nd down and 15. 2nd down coming up here for the Detroit Lions. Football to the 46-yard line. Man, it feels so good to have my voice back, guys. I can't believe that worked. You don't want to know what I asked Christina. All right, guys, we got a 2nd down and 15 after the loss of 5 right here. The football back across midfield. The Detroit Lions backed up to the 47. Flags coming in. False start coming in on this one as we hit the midway point of the 3rd quarter with 7:21 remaining. So false start on that play against the Detroit Lions, who had the football at their own 46. That will back them up to their own 41. After the penalty. 5 penalties today have costed the Detroit Lions 30 yards in total. We've got a 2nd down and 20 coming up for Detroit. We've got a 2nd down and 20. Thank you. Appreciate that, Karma. Shotgun formation. Waiting for the snap right here. Jared Goff takes it. There's the drop back 4-man rush coming in. Jared Goff throws a rope. The catch is made by Sam Laporta. This will bring up a 3rd down and 2. Guys, a gain of 17 right there. A gain of 18 on 2nd down and 20. A big gain right there brings up a 3rd down and 2. So 3rd down coming up for the Detroit Lions. Let's see if they can pick this one up. Detroit Lions firing on all cylinders. This is for the division, for the conference game, guys. This is 2 teams that are 14-win teams for the first time in NFL history. Here's the snap on 3rd down and 2. Jared Goff will wind up and throw. The catch will be made there. Amon-Ra St. Brown down inside the 30. Another 1st down picked up by the Detroit Lions. This brings up a 1st and 10. Football up to the 29. Still shy of the red zone. Football up to the 29-yard line. We've got ourselves a shotgun formation here. Here's the snap. Jared Goff looks left, throws left, catch is made. Jameson Williams will end up running backwards. That will cost them, although he did pick up 6 yards at the end of the whole deal. Clock is still hot with 5:50 remaining. We are inside of 6 minutes left. What is going on, Daisy? We got a pretty dog. We got a pretty little dog right here. Good girl. Yeah, I'm talking to you too, buddy. I see my boy Bruce out here. Here we go, guys. They're marching down the field. We got a 2nd down and 4 coming up. Detroit Lions with the football. Let's see if they can get the touchdown or if they'll be held to just 3 points here. Minnesota Vikings have yet to score a touchdown. Here's the snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. This time it won't be enough for the 1st down. It's going to be a gain of 3 on 2nd down and 4. Jahmyr Gibbs gets up to the 20-yard line. This brings up a 3rd and 1. We are inside the red zone now. 3rd down coming up. George T. Thank you for that $5 super chat, my friend. Steelers versus Ravens Saturday on Prime. How far away are we from paying out the $500? Don't know if we're going to have any more pick'ems available. This will be interesting. Maybe we'll do playoff pick'ems. It'll be easier to get those right. We'll spin the wheel here. We might just restart here and go back down to 1 since nobody won the grand finale. It was supposed to be the grand finale this week. I, of course, have to coordinate with the missus here on this one, so it's not a unanimous decision. But we'll see how things go. we'll make that call when we cross that bridge. It looks like there might be a challenge on this one. Detroit Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs, he went down at definitely across the 19-yard line. This should be a first down here. It should be given. Let's see what they say. Where are they marking this one? This should be a first down if they are going to overturn this. Not a third down and one, it is a first down. So a first down for the Detroit Lions. Fresh new set of downs after reviewing that one. Here's a snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. A gain of just 3 down at the 15-yard line. This brings up a 2nd down and 7. 2nd down coming up right now for the Detroit Lions. Come here, buddy. These dogs are just lazy. They don't even love me anymore. Okay, guys. 2nd down and 7. We are still here. 2nd down and 7. Football to the 15-yard line. Detroit Lions inside the red zone. Detroit Lions single back formation motion on the field here. Here's the snap. A little play action. Looks to the right, throws to the right. Amon-Ra St. Brown will get the catch right there. This brings up a 3rd down, guys. 3rd down coming up here. I wonder if the Minnesota Vikings will be able to get the stop. We still expect a good game, not a friggin' massacre, says Rhonda. Yeah, that was a rough one, wasn't it, Rhonda? That was a tough game to even stomach watching. The Denver Broncos definitely smacked around your Kansas City Chiefs. That's okay, it happens. It happens, but I still think that the Chiefs are going to be the first team in NFL history to three-peat. So here we go on 3rd down and 4. There's a snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. This time it gets the football to the 10, but it does bring up a 4th down. 4th down and 2. Guys, y'all know what that means. Dan Campbell out there, 4th and 2. Go for it or not. Go for it or not. I say go. And we know that no matter what, Dan Campbell is going to go for it on 4th down inside the red zone. It's a 4th down and 2 at the Minnesota Vikings 10-yard line. Let's see if they can capitalize right here, right now. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Man in motion is Sam Laporta. Goff winds up and throws. A catch made by Jahmyr Gibbs. Right up the middle. A touchdown. Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions get the touchdown there. The Detroit Lions on 4th down and 2 show the Minnesota Vikings how it's done. Touchdown for Detroit. So, the score is now 16-9 as they score that touchdown. The extra point attempt coming up here momentarily. Great effort right there. Of course, Dan Campbell, you know he's going to go for it. Defense collapsed right there. Too many blitzes. Here's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is now 17-9. Okay, guys. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter before we get to 4th quarter action. Now we've got ourselves an 8-point game. It is still a 1-possession game, but the Minnesota Vikings have to score quickly here because the Detroit Lions on offense, we see that they are moving the football pretty well. Jeff Munoz checking in. He says, hey, new viewer here. Can you please shout out my cousin? He's watching you. You're right now. Oh, that's David Sherwood. His name is David Sherwood. Thanks for the new followers. Thanks to the new followers. What's going on, Jeff? What is going on, David Sherwood? Thank you guys for checking in. We are in the middle of a commercial break. Now, I'm going to not read the chats during this commercial break, guys. We've still got a 4th quarter and a lot of time left to go. I want to make sure for the new viewers who are coming in right now, we are able to talk about football here. We're going to talk some football right now after what we saw on this drive. So for those of you doing daily fantasy sports, guys, fantasy points today for these teams. Jared Goff has 8 fantasy points, 174 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. He's thrown 2 interceptions in this game. Jahmyr Gibbs has 22 fantasy points after that touchdown there. 17 rushing attempts, 57 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. He's also got a receiving touchdown after that. Jahmyr Gibbs, 4 targets, 4 catches, good for 17 yards. You're leaving, Savannah? Okay, you have a good night. See ya. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, love ya. All right, guys, here we go. So, Jahmyr Gibbs, 22 fantasy points. Top pass catchers, Amon-Ra St. Brown with 11 fantasy points. Sam Laporta with 9 fantasy points. Jameson Williams with 5. How many of you guys made the right choices today in daily fantasy sports? How about on the other side, guys? After that score, the touchdown there for the Detroit Lions, the score is 17-9. If you're just checking into this channel, the Detroit Lions scored a touchdown. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter of this game. Again, the winner of this game, guys, will win the conference and get the bye week in the first round of the playoffs. Sam Darnold today. Sam Darnold, just 4 fantasy points, y'all. Just 4 fantasy points today for Sam Darnold. He has 123 passing yards. Cam Akers is the #1 running back on this team today. Cam Akers, 6 fantasy points. He's got 63 rushing yards. Aaron Jones has 11 fantasy points in this one, but he does have a lot of catches out of the backfield. Justin Jefferson with 8 fantasy points, 64 receiving yards. Again, this is for those of you who are doing fantasy football today. Let's go ahead and bring up the drive chart. I would love to see Jordan Addison actually catch the football. He's been targeted 5 times. He only has 1 reception today. Kind of crazy. There's the kick back. The Detroit Lions send that to the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to regret drinking the rest of this Red Bull, but we're going to need it for the rest of this game. Let's go. Okay, guys. Looks like Brandy gifted out 5 Football Nation memberships. Thank you, Brandy. Appreciate that. Thank you, Brandy. Damn, girl, I appreciate that. Okay, guys, this is the final game of the regular season. A toss to the right-hand side. Aaron Jones will pick up 3 yards. Number 33 gets up to the 33. This brings up a 2nd down and 7 for the Minnesota Vikings as they get the football back to start this drive. Okay, 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. The next commercial break, I will read some chats for you guys. Here's the snap. Sam Darnold in the pocket, has to scramble to the right. Sam Darnold will wind up and throw. Catch is made there. Right-hand side, Jalen Naylor gets the grab. They're going to call a holding on the defense against the Detroit Lions. That will be declined. Big first down there. 27-yard grab for Jalen Naylor. First down, Minnesota. The official's going to talk about this one. That is what it is giving me on CBS, so I already know. Tailgate saying, "Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor?" All right, guys. All right, guys, here we are. Right now, that penalty is being called. They're saying holding against the defense. The penalty is declined. We now have 1 minute and 56 seconds left to go in this third quarter. The clock is hot after the grab by Jalen Naylor. Let's see what happens. Can we see a touchdown, please? Says Adrian. Okay, guys. Here's the snap. A handoff there on the left-hand side. Aaron Jones will pick up about 3 yards once again. This will bring up a 2nd down and 7. Will the Vikings score a touchdown on this drive? Well, let's see if it happens. Will the Vikings score a touchdown on this drive, guys? Here we go. 1 minute left to go here. Here's the snap. In trouble. Winds up and throws. Darnold connects there with Josh Oliver, who cannot stay on his feet. This time it's a gain of just 3 for Josh Oliver on the right-hand side. This brings up a 3rd down, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd down coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. Can they pick up the conversion? 3rd down and 4. 17-9. 3rd down and 4. The score is 17-9. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Will they pick this one up? A 3rd down and 4 coming up, the Minnesota Vikings on their other side of midfield here. We are inside of Detroit Lions territory from the 34. Here is the snap, dropping back. Sam Darnold in trouble, will wind up and throw, intended for TJ Hawkinson. Looking for the flag. No flag will be thrown. And this will bring up a 4th down. 4th down here for the Minnesota Vikings. And so the Vikings will have to bring out the field goal unit once again. Alex Anzalone back from injury. Alex Anzalone was there on that play. And that should have been a pass interference without a doubt. How do you hit him there? What? How is that not a pass interference? Wow, unbelievable, guys. That was clearly a DPI. That was clearly a DPI. Let's see what happens here. All right, guys. So no flag on the play. It was definitely a pass interference, but no flag was thrown. A 52-yard field goal attempt from the right hash, guys. Here we go. And finally, we're kicking a long field goal, but it's a long field goal here. When they had opportunities, there's the kick. The kick is up, and it gets pushed wide right. No good. The kick is no good, and the score remains 17-9. Wow, the kick is no good. And the Detroit Lions will stay with the 8-point lead. That does not bode well for the Minnesota Vikings and the rest of this one. That was poor reffing, says Robert Preston. I mean, when you see him get hit and you see him jolt like that as his arms are coming up to catch the football, I can't believe that none of the officials got that one right. And personally, man, these officials are getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year by the NFL to get these calls right. I think they should be fined for missed calls personally. Here's the snap, guys, dropping back, looking left, throwing left. The catch is made on the left-hand side. This time a big gain by Jahmyr Gibbs, a gain of 15. Brings up a first down for the Detroit Lions. Detroit came out pretty quickly here. 1st and 10 coming up after that gain. Up already to the Minnesota Vikings 45-yard line, and this should take us to the end of the third quarter. All right, y'all. End of the third quarter. How we doing right now? We got about 1,600 people watching this live stream. We need 9 more subscribers to get to our goal. Guys, if I've had your attention for 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe you even lost track of time for how long you've been watching this live stream because you're enjoying the energy and you're enjoying the commentary, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you guys have not already done so. We've got about 1,600. We're somewhere under 400 on the like category. Let's see if we can get to 5. Okay, guys, let's take a quick look over here at the comment area. Let's read some of y'all's chats. Guys, do y'all have anything to say to me? Because I am live, and now I am focusing solely on that chat box. If you want your shout out, this is your chance. Say, hey, shout me out. This is my first time. I want to hear shout out from a YouTuber out there. I got you, bro. Or I got you, girl. Whoever's out there, let's see what's up, man. Okay. Courtney saying, subscribe. You're at 452. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. NFL players get incentives. Officials get incentives for call rating. I mean, they should, man. Sorry, go Lions. Call Lions. Let's see. Tried out for the Vikings team, but was overqualified, says Country. Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory, says Edwin. I subscribed, says Skarish. What's going on? Skarish does stuff. Appreciate you, Skarish. By the way, thank you guys for helping us get to that 23-2. Appreciate y'all. The Weird Gamer saying Jared Goff. Jared Goff. He's saying MVP. I see you. I like the way you broke that up too, man. It makes it really fun to read. I appreciate that. The Weird Gamer checking in. Courtney, girl, I got you. Thanks for checking into this live stream, Courtney. Can we get a stat review? Asks Gladiator Assassin. We sure can. We sure can. CMC, I will do that. Let's see. Don't paint the chair green. Paint the chair cushion green. I'm going to just dip that chair in gold paint. I'm also not in a chair. Definitely freestanding today. No need to be out there. Hey, shout me out. I've never gotten a shout out before. I got you. Skarish does stuff. Thanks for checking in, homie. Pass interference should be reviewable. I will always say that, says Believer72. Ah, that's a big can of worms, and I like where your head is at. I'm going to ask everybody else in here. Should defensive pass interference be reviewable? Should defensive pass interference be reviewable, yes or no? Guys, we're coming towards the end of this commercial break. Patience asking for a shout out. Shout out to you, Patience. Thank you for checking in. I don't have a chance to read everyone's names and everyone's comments, but I do appreciate you guys checking in. Great draft, Broncos Rookie of the Year. definitely one of them. Jaden Daniels could be up on that list as well. Let's go ahead and step away from the chat, guys. We're dropping back. Jared Goff winds up and throws. The catch is made at the 40-yard line. A little stiff arm there, and this is good for a first down as Sam Laporta picks it up. First down, Detroit Lions. Let's go. All right, guys, I'm going to step away from the comment area. Thank you guys so much for keeping the conversation flowing and keeping me pumped up, guys. We got a 1st and 10 coming up here for Detroit. Football at the Minnesota Vikings 34. A wind up and a throw almost intercepted by Andrew Van Ginkel, and he was clear. He would have taken that one to the house. Van Ginkel almost with a pick 6 there. Instead, the football finds its way safely to the ground. Minnesota Vikings really could have used that as they trail by 8. Van Ginkel got a hand to it. Oh, man, he was so focused on being able to run after that one. He didn't just focus on catching the football. He had it in the air. He's like, Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. Here we go. Looks right, throws right. Catch is made. I would light up Nick Wright if I was on First Things First for that, what he said about Caleb Williams being able to take them all the way to the Super Bowl, dude. For sure. Guys, catch is made there on 2nd down and 10. Amon-Ra St. Brown picks up about 9 yards. This brings up a 3rd down and 1. What's up, gorgeous? How you doing? Okay. We are now inside the red zone, guys. We are now inside the red zone. 1st and 10 imminent. A 3rd down and 1 coming up right here. We're still shy of the red zone. It's a 3rd down and 1 from the Minnesota 25. Jared Goff winds up and throws another catch made right there. This time it is Jamison Williams up to the 13-yard line, and a big first down there for the Detroit Lions. This brings up a 1st and 10 from the 13. My beautiful fiance is about to go to bed. I'm going to go kiss her on the face, and I'll be right back. Nice. Love you. Go get some sleep. You got to work tomorrow. Here we go, guys. Detroit Lions with the football here at the 13-yard line. Can they capitalize on this one? Here we go. There is the snap out of the I formation. A snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. The 10, the 5, the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. They get another one, and Detroit starting to run away with this one here, man. Detroit Lions are now up 23-9. The extra point attempt coming up. Let's see if they can get the lead extended even further. Okay, guys. Vikings are getting put in their place right now. It was an 8-point game, a 6-point pickup right there. Makes it a 14-point game, and the extra point attempt makes it a 15-point game. Game's not over. Game's not over. There's the snap and the kick from the left hash. The kick is up. Wow, that kick almost went off the upright. The kick is good. Love you too. All right, guys. Okay. It sure has been, guys. It has been a long day. Get ready for a Gibbs first drive touchdown, says the Disc Golf. Clean chat. Welcome. Appreciate you guys keeping the chat clean. I want to see Miami Dolphins standings in the NFC, but I really want to see the AFC schedule and how that looks on a scale, says Big Unk Promotions. All right, guys, so let's do that. Last time we read the chats. This time let's read some stats. Let's bring up the playoff picture for y'all. Did I make the adjustment on the playoff picture? Not just yet. Let's plug in the right one. There we go. All right, guys. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now in the number 3 spot. The LA Rams down to number 4. Minnesota Vikings. The way this game is going, they will remain at number 5. 4 and 5 will go head-to-head right here. Buccaneers got the win. Rams got the loss. So a little transfer of power right there as the Buccaneers move up. Green Bay Packers took an L. Washington Commanders got the win, so they should be 12 and 5. The Packers are going to be 11 and 6. That doesn't matter, but this graphic is accurate as far as who's in the right positioning here at this point. Now on the other side, guys, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Texans, all of these teams get home field advantage. The Chargers will be visiting the Houston Texans. The Steelers will be visiting the Ravens, and the Broncos will be visiting Buffalo. That is literally in order to start the playoff schedule for Saturday. So the first game will be at 3:30 p.m. We're going to have the first game here between 4 and 5, then 6 and 7. That'll be Saturday's games. Sunday's games to start, there will be 3. We'll have Broncos, Bills on the other side. We will have Eagles, Packers, and then we'll have Commanders versus Buccaneers. And then Monday night will be Rams versus whoever is in at number 5, whether that is the Vikings or the Lions. This game is not over. It is a 2-possession game right now. I know it feels like it's very lopsided and going one way, but it is just a 2-possession game. This is what it will look like over here on the right-hand side. XOC Mason, I keep seeing you get deleted out there. You got to learn to time your comments right now. Y'all got to know that I will let you know when I'm going to be reading chats. If you want to leave a chat, please don't spam. Leave your chat, and I'll do my best to read it. I don't want you to have to get muted every time. I appreciate CMC for keeping the chat clean and making sure we don't have any spam out here. Here we go, guys. We've got ourselves a kickoff here. We're going to send this football back to the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings going to get the football, and this will be the end of this. Well, we're actually just getting started in the fourth quarter. 13 minutes left to go, guys. Okay. 13 left to go. Minnesota Vikings trail by 15. Oh, that's where all that honey is. Oh, it's all at the bottom. I guess I did not mix this up well enough, but that's pretty good. Oh, that's yummy. That's good, man. All right, guys, that goes back. This will take the football to the 30-yard line. Here we go. Finish strong, Detroit, says Jonathan. Vikings offense just not producing. They are not. Let's show you guys what that looks like. They are getting yards after yards after yards, but they tried to go for it on 4th down multiple times to no success. Hey, could you imagine how different this score would be if it was 15-24 or 16-24 or whatever the score would be? It would be 15-24. They missed another one, so it actually would be 18-24. This would be, if they had a good kicking game and made the right calls, a much closer game. Instead, we got a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Minnesota with the football. Under center right now is Sam Darnold. He takes the snap. He tosses that to the right-hand side. Aaron Jones coming back. This is actually Cam Akers on the carry. Cam Akers will get up to the 32-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up a 2nd down and 8. So a 2nd down coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. I hope you guys are enjoying this live stream. If you are, y'all know what to do. Appreciate you guys being here. We are going to be doing more games before this season is over. Thank you guys so much. Here we go. There's the snap, looking left, throwing left. Catch is made by Cam Akers. Cam Akers will pick up 3 more yards. This brings up a 3rd down and medium. Guys, they cannot get a 3 and out. And I think this is starting to get into that 4th down, go for it territory. This brings up a 3rd down and 5 for the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson is going to need to produce right here. Looks like most of you guys by a landslide agree that defensive pass interference should be reviewable. Here we go. Minnesota Vikings with the football. A 3rd down and 5 from the Minnesota 35. Camera focused on Justin Jefferson. Empty backfield here. We got trips to the right and 2 on the left. There is the snap. Looking left, Sam Darnold. You got to get this past the chains, man. Sam Darnold being flushed out to the right. Darnold will wind up and throw as he gets hit. Flag on the play. That's going to be against Alex Anzalone. You can see him on the field with his hands out, losing his mind at the official. Holding on the defense, number 34. That'll be a 5-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down. That is against Alex Anzalone after all. And that will bring up a 1st down here for the Minnesota Vikings. All right, guys, a 1st down, fresh new set of downs. Gets them up to the 40-yard line on the 5-yard penalty. Will Lions hold them to 3 or less on this drive? There's an injured player on the ground right now. Will the Lions hold them to 3 points or less on this drive? What do you guys think? 1st and 10 coming up here for the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, we got something popping off there. We got Robert B with a $2 super chat. Let's see what that is. Robert saying, sorry, couldn't be in here long. Gotta show effing love. Appreciate you, Robert B. Thank you, sir. Let's go, man. Appreciate that. Every penny helps. Every dollar counts. Thank you so much, guys. We got a 1st and 10 coming up from the 40-yard line after the 5-yard penalty here. Let's see what the Minnesota Vikings decide to do. Sam Darnold looking a little shaky right now. Has yet to find the end zone. Scrolling down so y'all can see the stats on the right-hand side. We got ourselves a single back formation from the 40-yard line. Sam Darnold will throw to the running back, Cam Akers. Cam Akers tries to find his edge on the right-hand side. He does not find the angle he's looking for. That is a gain of just a yard. This brings up a 2nd down and 9. So 2nd down and 9. 2nd down coming up here. Do you hate the Lions because of the Cowboys? No. I don't hate the Lions at all. I don't hate the Lions at all. Who hates the Lions? I like the Lions. I was actually rooting for the Lions this entire season. I would like this to be a Lions versus Chiefs Super Bowl, personally. Here we go, guys. We've got ourselves a snap right here, dropping back. Sam Darnold winds up and throws. Catch not going to be made on 2nd down and 9 as T.J. Hawkinson gets that pass broken up by Brian Branch of the Detroit Lions. Great job right there. Love seeing the receiver stats. I got you, Father Time. And you know what, dude? It's because we don't have 5, 6, 7 runners of the football. This gives us enough space when they only have 3 runners out there and not 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks like we saw in some of the other games today, plus 5 different runners. We can show more stats this way. 3rd down and 9 coming up. The Minnesota Vikings with the football at the 40-yard line. Sam Darnold in the shotgun here. Trips to the left. Minnesota on their own 40. The rush coming in. The blitz coming in. Sam Darnold's going to get wrapped up, and he will be dropped. A big stop there by the Detroit Lions. And the Minnesota Vikings go down there. Sack lunch for Sam Darnold. This brings up a 4th down and 16. 4th and 16, guys. Minnesota on their own 34-yard line. Oh, man, what do you do here? It's a 2-possession game already with 10 minutes left to go. You're going to have to do something quickly. Looks like they're going to punt this one here. Sack sandwich, says Major Wexley. What's up, Major? Cheers to you, homie. This kick is going to be returned right here. This time, a little hurdle right there, and the Detroit Lions get the football up to the 26-yard line. Let's start this drive for Detroit, who has the ball now. All right, guys, the Detroit Lions now have the football at the 26-yard line. On their own 26, we are going back to a quick commercial break. I'm going to read the stats one more time just to help paint a picture at what we've seen so far in this game. Someone was asking for more football stats. Let's bring up those stats for you guys. Okay, one of the ones that we have not covered in this game is the wide receiver comparison. And one of the things that I asked you guys earlier in this one is, who would you rather have as your wide receiver core? Would you like to have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and I guess we could even throw in T.J. Hawkinson on that side, or would you rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and Jamison Williams? Looks like the ASB Laporta-Williams combo is performing a little bit better than the Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson combo today. Anyway, so far in this game, guys, let's just step out of the way a little bit so y'all can see the actual numbers. Very similar, a couple of areas where the Lions are better. Looks like most of these areas the Lions have a slight advantage over the Minnesota Vikings, basically in every category, actually, now that I'm looking at this. So the Detroit Lions, on average, their pass catchers average about 266 receiving yards per game. So far in this one, the Detroit Lions have 209 passing yards in this game. The Minnesota Vikings, on average, they pick up 243. Sam Darnold not producing today. Detroit Lions' second-string defense is holding the Minnesota Vikings right now. So the Minnesota Vikings in this game, just 133 total yards through the air for Minnesota, not looking like what they were expecting. The Detroit Lions are on schedule. 10 minutes left to go when we get back from the commercial break that we are currently in. When we get back from the commercial break that we are currently in, we'll have a 1st and 10. Detroit Lions do have the football at the Detroit Lions' own 26-yard line after the punt from the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to step away from these comments, or from these particular stats. We're going to take a quick look here at the overview, the Detroit Lions offense almost on schedule here. They average about 33 points per game. Detroit Lions with 24 right now. The game is not over. Defensively, they give up 20. So far, they've given up just 9. You can see how this is a recipe for success when you score a lot more points than you give up. Here we go, guys. Detroit Lions with the football here at the 26-yard line. Here's a snap and a handoff to the right-hand side. A big gain around the right edge. And here we go, off to the races. Jahmyr Gibbs inside the 35, inside the 30. He ends up going down. This will be recovered by the Detroit Lions. A big first down there as Jahmyr Gibbs picks up monster yardage. Jahmyr Gibbs on the run right there, guys. Jahmyr Gibbs picks up 47 yards around the right side. 47-yard run for Jahmyr Gibbs. Guys, this might be all she wrote for the Detroit Lions. For the Minnesota Vikings, excuse me. Jahmyr Gibbs shredding them right now. You can see that over here, 133 rushing yards. Jahmyr Gibbs today has over 120 rushing yards on 20 carries. He's averaging 6 yards per carry today. Motion on the field. Here is the snap, a handoff once again to Jahmyr Gibbs. This time a modest gain, a gain of about 3. That brings up a 2nd down and 7 for the Detroit Lions. 2nd down. Spicy signs. Don't know what that means, but hey. All right, guys. Here we go, y'all. Okay, guys. They're showing the touchdown leaders for 2024, and Jahmyr Gibbs is the #1 running back in the NFL. After that, he's got 3 touchdowns. Now he has more touchdowns than Derrick Henry. He has more touchdowns than James Cook. He has more touchdowns than any other running back in the NFL right now, Jahmyr Gibbs of the Detroit Lions. And he was in a timeshare for most of the season. Talk about impressive numbers. Jahmyr Gibbs around the right-hand side this time again. On 2nd down and 7, he picks up 6. That is good for a 1st down, Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions pick up another one here. Another 1st down. The Lions are mauling the Vikings. It is true. They sure are. Interesting. Let's effing go Lions, says Bob S. All right, guys. The Cowboys need Gibbs. I don't know if we'll get Gibbs. We'll probably not end up drafting any running back. We'll probably end up drafting another offensive lineman in the 1st round and then trying to go all in as we search for running backs later. Here we go, guys. Here's the snap. This time inside the red zone. The Detroit Lions have the football. They get up to about the 9-yard line, and this brings up a 2nd down and 5. 2nd down and 5. Here we go. Midway through the 4th quarter, the Detroit Lions with a pretty solid 2-possession lead right now. The score is 24-9. Minnesota trailing here. This could be a problem with 7.5. My ex-wife is singing somewhere, says John Williams. Vikings should abandon ship, says John. Maybe. No need to get your players hurt at this point. Here we go, 2nd down and 5. Here's the snap and a play action there. Jared Goff wheels to the right. Jared Goff gets flushed. He gets sacked on this one. Call it a loss of 4 as Bullard chases him out of bounds. This brings up a 3rd down. So a 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Detroit Lions with 6:56 remaining. Gibbs called that guy up on the radio who helps get you out of time. What does that mean, Germ? I'm a little confused by that one. Doesn't matter. Here we go. We're not going to read the chats for just a moment. We'll read the chats during the next commercial break, guys. We got ourselves a 3rd down and 9 here. Detroit Lions with the football with 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. We've got a shotgun formation. Play clock down to 5. Here is the snap. Looking right, throwing right, catch is made. This is a gain of about 7 on 3rd down and 9. Brings up a 4th down. You know what this means, guys. Go for it or nah. Go for it or nah. We've got ourselves a 4th down and 2. I don't know, man. I think you need to be smart in this situation. If you're Dan Campbell, you want to go for it, but you don't need to. A field goal here would make it a 3-possession game. No conversion means the Minnesota Vikings will get the football back with 5.5 minutes left to go. But they are lined up to go for it here on 4th down and 2. They are showing blitz on the Vikings side. Oh, man, is this going to be a false start or is this going to be something else? Oh, man, officials going to talk about this one. They're going to see who jumped first, guys. Who jumped first on this? Jared Goff trying to get in the huddle. They want to say they all got the same thing, guys. Let's see what happens here. Officials talking this one over. Oh, man, neutral zone infraction on the defense, guys. It was a 4th down and 2. And the Detroit Lions get them to bite on 4th down. And that'll be a 1st down here for the Detroit Lions. 1st down, Detroit. They get them to jump off sides. The Minnesota Vikings too eager to get to the quarterback. A great play call right there. Gamble Campbell. I like that nickname, Zoom. We got Gamble Campbell. All right, guys, the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings give up that play right there. Sam Darnold shaking his head. He knows that it's just about over. They're going to have to go and play the Rams next week. Shotgun formation. Here we go. Here's the snap. There is a little handoff on the left-hand side. 1st and goal becomes, wow, they're pushing the pile. They're going all the way in. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. That is the 4th touchdown of the day today. 4 Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 on the ground, and 1 through the air. Another touchdown there. Wow, guys, the Detroit Lions have extended their lead. The score is now 30-9, and the extra point attempt coming up right now. The Minnesota Vikings says the Minnesota. Actually, they would probably call it pop. All right, guys, extra point attempt from the left hash with 5 minutes left to go in this one. There's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And here we go. All right, I don't know if it's time to pull the starters just yet. Question for you guys. Is there any hope remaining for the Vikings? Is there any hope remaining for the Vikings? In the meantime, guys, I promised y'all I would read some chats, so let's do that. Talk to me, chat room. What's going on? I'm going to read some comments now that we are here. We got about 1,600 people in this room right now, so I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We are back to a quick commercial break. Henry, I have no idea how to answer that question for you. C, Minnesota, 5th ain't a bad seed. It's not so bad. That's it. They're done, says Ralph. The Minnesota Wombats, spelled with a Minnesota with a D. Karma Cat, what's going on? 1968 checking in. Good to have you in here. Sushi saying that there is no hope remaining out here. A couple of you faithfuls are out there saying the Vikings can still get back to this one. Ralph saying abandoned ship, no hope at all, says Twana. John saying hope for an injury, absolutely not, sir. The Bears win, screw the Packers. This one is in the books, says Zoom Station. I just wanted to the F word right now. Sorry, brother. We try to keep that one out. We try to keep this one clean. Major Wexley, what's going on? Dan Gambling Man, Camel with the common Detroit W. Jonathan checking in. Thanks for calling a great game. Thank you for being here, Jonathan, for this great game. It's been a really good one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're checking in right now, I am reading some of the chats. I may or may not get a chance to read your chat out there. I heard a super chat or something come in right here. Looks like the best Tom saying, roar restored. Congratulations, Lions. Thank you for that super chat there, the best Tom. Shout out to you guys. Kaiser saying that the Vikings are cooked. Thank you, Steve. I see your comment out there, sir. No, they haven't even scored a touchdown, says So Nice. They haven't. Guys, that is true. The Minnesota Vikings against the second-string defense for the Detroit Lions, unable to score a single touchdown. Sam Darnold reverting back to the Sam Darnold ways. I thought he had broken the curse. It looks like that is not the case here. Sam Darnold unable to get the win against this opponent, a division matchup here. Sam Darnold looking terrible in this game, has yet to find the end zone through the air. Who will you cover next week? You know what? I learned something this week, Lawrence. Try not to release your schedule before the games are happening, because if you have to cancel a game, it's going to break the hearts of dozens of people. And so I will post my schedule as we get closer and closer. That is a lesson that I learned this week, and I apologize to those of you who were expecting me to cover that Broncos game. Unfortunately, my voice was in such bad shape until I picked up that new trick, guys, that I couldn't cover it, man. There was no way that I was able to cover it. I gave myself a good 3-hour break right there in order to rest my voice. We will be covering college football games. By the way, we got a kick from the Detroit Lions, sending this football back to the Minnesota Vikings. They will have to be in hurry-up offense. This is going to be 4th down quarterback territory. Apologize for those of you. How many 4th down conversion stats, asks John Williams. That one I can definitely do. Here we go, guys. 4th down conversions, 0 of 2 for the Minnesota Vikings, and then 2 of 3 for the Detroit Lions. Here's a 1st down and 10, winds up and throws. The catch is made. This time on the right-hand side, TJ Hawkinson picks that one up. 2nd down and 9 coming up from the 31-yard line. Okay, guys, who are the Lions playing next? Milad checking in right now. If the Lions end up winning this game, they will get the bye week, so the Lions won't have a game next week. They'll have the week off just like the Kansas City Chiefs. We've got ourselves a shotgun formation. They will end up playing the lowest seed after all of it's said and done. Dropping back and then scrambling to the right-hand side. This time Sam Darnold will scramble. He picks up the 1st down. 1st down there for Minnesota. Maybe too little, too late. The first big scramble of the night there for Sam Darnold. He could have made it happen earlier. It depends on who wins the number 2 versus number 8. That is true, Barry. Thank you for clearing that up. All right, guys. Number 7. Number 2 or number 7, but I know what you meant, Barry. 4:35 left to go in this football game, guys. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in this football game. It is a 3-possession game. The Detroit Lions have a commanding lead right now. From the 40-yard line, here's Sam Darnold on a fresh new set of downs. There is the snap. Darnold in the pocket. Darnold's going to scramble. Officials, how did they let all of that play action happen? It's a delay of game, guys. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Backs up the Minnesota Vikings 5 yards. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. 4:30 left to go. How many different drinks do you have right now? Quite a few, JB. Thanks for asking. This is hot tea. It's actually now warm tea. Guys, I'm taking care of the voice. In previous streams in the past, I would sit here and drink a beer, maybe have a belt of whiskey. But seriously, those of you who watch this live stream every single time, when was the last time you saw me drink on camera? It's been a couple weeks, man. We don't do that anymore because we're taking care of the voice. Here's the snap and a throw to the left-hand side. Of course, I'm a red-blooded American, and I want to drink a beer while I'm watching football. But the play calling comes first. It is most important to me. I hope it's important to you guys, and I appreciate you guys checking in. There's a catch on the left-hand side, guys. Jalen Naylor picks up about 8 yards on that play on 1st down and 15. This brings up a 2nd down and 7. Thank you, Bop It. I'm glad you elected not to cover the Chiefs versus Broncos. You sounded like you feel much better. I do, man. I really, really do. 2nd down and 7. Sam Darnold, a deep shot downfield, overthrown. This time it was intended for Jalen Naylor. There will be a penalty on this play. There's another flag here. This will be a holding against the defense, guys, against the Detroit Lions. 1st and 10 coming up. Football up to the 48 with 4:24 remaining. 1st and 10. Football up to the Minnesota Vikings 48-yard line after that penalty. Thank you, Bop It. I do feel better, man. I definitely do. It feels like, man, after I learned that, guys, I realized that it wasn't just my voice that was going out. I had so much tension in this area from all the play calling that I had been doing. I feel so much better. I actually do regret dropping that game. I wish I would have known that technique before. I would have still covered this game, but instead here we are. We got a 1st and 10, guys. Here's the snap. Sam Darnold will wind up and throw that football. Is that caught or did that hit the floor? This will bring up a 2nd down regardless. Did that touch the ground? The officials, let's watch that replay one more time. The catch looks like it might be made. I don't know. This is going to bring up a 2nd down, and it looks like this is either going to be challenged or reviewed. This might be an official review here. Challenge flag is on the field, guys. They were saying it was a catch. Sam Darnold is limping right now. Uh-oh. Sam Darnold looks like he is in pain, but he knows what this game means. I don't know if he's got both hands underneath, guys. This is a review right now. Father Time saying tension closes the airwaves like hiccups. Thanks for letting me know. It looked like a bounce from my side, guys, if I'm being honest. It looked like in real time, it looked like the football took a bounce. Sam Darnold looks like he's hurt on that one, and it looked like a non-contact injury. Not quite sure what's going on, but we're going back to a commercial break while that play is reviewed. While we got a review coming up, guys, these are the top fantasy scorers across the NFL for the 2024 year. How about all of these quarterbacks? And these numbers have actually gone up after these last few games. Shout out to y'all. Fake limp, says Country. I don't know if it's fake, man. I don't know if it's that fake. As a human, I hope he's okay. I agree. As a Lions fan, I'm hoping Darnold will be out. As a human, I hope he's okay. I'm glad you pointed both of those out. Over-under is 45. And right now, we are sitting at 40 points even. 40 points even. The over-under for this game was 56, guys. The over-under for this game was 56. Detroit needs to take out all their starters right now, says Matt Collar. Well, possible. Let's end this post. I don't think they're gonna rest any of their starters. They're gonna rest their starters next week. They did lose Terry and Arnold, guys. Sam Darnold is hurt. He's limping, but probably out for the rest of the year. No, probably not. Probably not. Did Sam Darnold, old Darnold, make that pass? I hope he's okay. Who is quarterback 2 for the Minnesota Vikings? The next quarterback up, next man up would be Nick Mullins. It actually would have been J.J. McCarthy, but we know J.J. McCarthy is on IR right now. Nick Mullins going to be in at the quarterback number 2. Brett Ripien. Brett Ripien going to be in as the quarterback number 3 for the Minnesota Vikings. Got to get some sleep, says Fred Soto. Man, you're preaching to the choir, bro. The Rams smell blood, says Wild Dogs. The best Tom. J.J. McCarthy's out, man. McCarthy is on IR. Go to bed, Fred. I like the rhymes right there. Thanks for checking in, man. Okay, guys. Hey, if you guys are feeling tired, you guys are getting ready to end this game right here, I encourage you guys to stick around. Guys, the call on the field was reversed. Another challenge successful there. A challenge successful there for the Detroit Lions. That football did bounce off the ground, and this will bring up a second down. Second down and 10 coming up after that challenge play. Second down, Minnesota with the football. A second and 10 from the 48. Sam Darnold in the pocket will wind up and throw. Justin Jefferson catches the football. That is popped out. I think that should be an incomplete pass. He is going the other way. They might say that is a fumble recovered there, but I think the pass should be incomplete. Wow, they are calling that a catch and a fumble against Minnesota, and that will be all she wrote, guys. Justin Jefferson, let's watch it again. Hand up, 2 feet. I don't know, man. Was that a football move? Do the Minnesota Vikings challenge this? You might as well. You got nothing to lose. The Minnesota Vikings should challenge. They're calling a catch and a fumble and a first down here for the Detroit Lions, but this will be reviewed. All right, guys. Here we go. Guys, we were doing a $300 giveaway on this live stream. Looks like nobody won because we did pick'ems this week for week 18. They're reviewing this one. They're saying the pass was incomplete, so it will not be a fumble there. Justin Jefferson not mad. They're going to give them another shot here. Third down and 10. Okay, guys, third down and 10. Move my Dallas Cowboys logo. It was on the floor. I can't let my Dallas Cowboys team be on the floor. Third down coming up here. Third down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Shotgun formation waiting for the snap right now is Sam Darnold. He takes it. Darnold drops back on third down. Will wind up and throw. Is that fumbled or an incomplete pass? Alex Anzalone will lay down on top of it. This is going to bring up a 4th down, guys. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and they're going to have to go for it. Darnold is 0-4, says Patrick Hardy, inside the red zone. And he's doing the old SpongeBob call saying, loser, loser. Man, Sam Darnold, what a roller coaster of a season for him. And it all comes down to this end right now. 4:17, good eating. What's going on? Goff is out for the game. Is Goff out for the game? Goff isn't even on the field right now. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. 4th down and 10. There's going to be a delay of game penalty here. This is going to bring up a 4th down and 15. They're going to have to go for it regardless. With 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in this one, guys. 4th down and 15. Officials talking about it now. They're going to see if they're going to give Minnesota that timeout. Delay of game against the offense, Minnesota Vikings. Man, O'Connell, not happy with what's going on right now. Vikings head coach is a shoe-off. What does that mean? What does a shoe-off mean? Like he's going to get fired? I hope not. I hope not. What he did for Kirk Cousins, what he's done for Sam Darnold, what he could have done for J.J. McCarthy, I mean, it's really, really good. It's really, really cool to see the Minnesota Vikings continue to be, problems. Here's the snap on the blitz, the throw on 4th down and 15. A 4th down play. The pass is incomplete. Sam Darnold gets dropped again, and the Detroit Lions should win this game. The score is 31-9. And the Detroit Lions will get the football back on 4th down and 15. The pass is incomplete. Jerry Newman. Thanks, man. Appreciate that super chat, Jerry. Let's celebrate your 3rd super on a live stream. I appreciate you, Jerry Newman. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Appreciate that. Okay, guys. Appreciate y'all so much on this channel. Really, really do. Let's start a poll. Okay. We know now, I mean, it's not over, but it's basically over. A throw to the right-hand side. Catch made by Jamison Williams. Jamison Williams will pick up some yardage on the right-hand side. I think they're going to call offensive pass interference here. It is going to go backwards. Jamison Williams would have picked up 15 yards for a 1st down. Instead, it was going to be an offensive pass interference. Back them up 10 yards. This is going to bring up a 1st and 20 now for the Detroit Lions. All right, guys, the next live stream for this channel is going to be college playoff football. We are going to have college playoffs after this live stream. Just curious to see. Here we go, guys. Jared Goff snaps the football, gets the snap, hands that off left-hand side. This time up to the 35. Looks like Craig Reynolds gets the carry, and that'll be good for a big gain there. 2nd down and 4 coming up after it. I will be live, guys, for these college football games. Let's see. Looks like you're following the football games. Who cares? They already have won this game, says Brent Loy. For sure, man. Vikings look like a 3-13 team right now. They do, man. They kind of do. I will be live for those, guys. I hope y'all check in for that one. There's a toss to the left-hand side. A catch made by Jamison Williams on 2nd down and on 1st down. 2nd down. That was on 2nd down and 3. A gain of 4 right there. Gives them another 1st down. A fresh new set of downs for the Detroit Lions. 1st down. All right, the clock is broken, says David Bowers. Again, I don't know what to say. Be sure to refresh your phones in case you guys are out there. Don't forget to hit that refresh. Sometimes you guys might be delayed. 2:45 left to go in this one. 2:45 left to go in this game. Looks like a timeout will be called with 2:38. Timeout called by the Detroit Lions with 2:38 remaining. A fresh new set of downs. 1st and 10 coming up. Vikings will win against the Bucs. Let's talk about it, guys. We're going to a commercial break now that we've got the picture here. This is likely what it's going to look like. Who will win these games? Will the Vikings win over the LA Rams? Who will win that one? This is what it's going to look like, guys. We've made the change thanks to Disc Golf out there helping me keep my facts straight. Appreciate you, Disc Golf. Guys, this is the playoff picture. This is what it's going to look like. The Detroit Lions going to get the bye week here as we approach the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 from the 33. Jared Goff in a single back formation waiting for the snap. Looks like Craig Reynolds is the running back in on the play. There's a snap and a handoff to Craig Reynolds, who gets that football up to the 29. So this will bring up a 2nd down. 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Next week, Monday Night Football will be Vikings versus LA Rams. We'll have these two games on Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Commanders versus Buccaneers. Packers at Eagles. Talk about deja vu for the Green Bay Packers. They cannot lose that game. Guys, at this point, this is not like the NBA playoffs. You don't get the best out of 7. It is one and done, single elimination. So the Minnesota Vikings, despite having 14 wins, could lose to the LA Rams and be eliminated from playoffs. Now, depending on who wins, guys, we'll probably see one of these two teams come up here to face the Detroit Lions, and these two teams will actually slide down over here. But that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. David Bauer saying, go Notre Dame. On the other side, guys, the AFC playoff picture will be as follows. The Kansas City Chiefs do get the bye week. The LA Chargers 5, Texans at 4. So they will be, LA Chargers will be visiting the Texans. Pittsburgh Steelers will be facing a divisional rival here in the playoffs. We'll see how that one goes. Talk about an extra layer of drama right there. Pittsburgh Steelers might be able to get the job done. They do have a very solid record against the Baltimore Ravens historically. How about the Broncos versus the Bills? What if Bo Nix gets the upset on Josh Allen in this game? Oh my gosh. Talk about mind-blowing if that could happen there. Would be everything I expected personally. No more teams on the bubble, guys. All these guys are eliminated, so all of that is gone. This is the playoff picture once again. We're coming back from the 2-minute warning, guys. Let's finish this game strong. Okay, 2nd down and 7. Single back formation from the 29-yard line. Here's the snap and a handoff to the right-hand side as Craig Reynolds gets up to the 30-yard line. This will be a loss of 1. The clock will continue to tick. 3rd down and 8 coming up. We got a 3rd down and 8. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream with me. Not going to happen. Go Bills, says Kenneth Lash. Who knows, man? You never know. Legendary Bro with a legendary comment. What about Tyreek Hill saying that he's done? He should be, man. Why is he going to continue to play for the Miami Dolphins, who can barely get into the playoffs? Your head coach looks like he's yacked out. There's something going on there, man. He does not look healthy right now. Here's a snap and a handoff to the left-hand side. This time, it is a gain of just 2 yards. Maybe a gain of 3. This will bring up a 4th down and 6. It's a gain of 2 right there for Craig Reynolds. 4th down coming up. Another field goal for the Detroit Lions. They are up to the Minnesota Vikings 28-yard line. This will make the Detroit Lions. This will make them the leaders right now. Regular season champions, but not playoff champions on the NFC side. Detroit Lions with 40 seconds left to go here on 4th down and 6. Motion on the field. Here is the snap. There is a handoff to the right-hand side, trying to go for it to pick up the 1st down. It looks like they're just gonna give it to him, guys. This will probably be, no, they're not. They're gonna call that. Clock stops here, guys. 4th down. They tried to go for it. They're going to need to fix the clock. They're going to reset the game clock. I don't know if they even need to, honestly. No, they probably won't. The 10-second runoff. Anyways, guys, 13 seconds left to go in this football game is what I see on my TV. It's what it says here on CBS. Okay, guys. That being said, I'm going to ask y'all, who will be in the Super Bowl? And a standing ovation right now at Ford Field. A standing ovation right now for the Detroit Lions and their team getting the bye week this time. A very different Detroit Lions team than your grandpa's Detroit Lions team, man. Lions versus Bills, says Kenneth Lash. Lions, Lions, Lions. I see you guys. They played better. They definitely deserve it. I put my money on Minnesota. I made the wrong choice. Even Minnesota will kneel this football down. They will just shake hands, guys. That is the final score of this game. The Minnesota Vikings with 9 and the Detroit Lions will win 31-9 over Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. It is 10:30 p.m. here in San Antonio, Texas, and I do have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm not going to have time to hang out with you guys. That is the final score of the game. I want to say thank you guys for watching this live stream. It really means a lot to me. I know you guys weren't even sure if I was going to live stream tonight, considering how bad my voice was this morning. Matthew B saying, great job, dude. I feel so much better. And I promise that now that I've learned that new tip, that new trick, I will 100% be firing on all cylinders for the rest of this playoff season. Thank you guys so much for watching Football Nation. Until next time, guys, my name is Mario Manuel. You've been watching Football Nation. Let's effing go. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a great night.